Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are officially on high alert tonight as Bitcoin struggles against the $80,000 resistance while traditional stocks are catching a massive green bid after hours. There's also a developing story at the White House closed-door cryptocurrency conference that we're keeping an eye on. Let's dive into the charts and get you perfectly positioned for the Sunday futures open. Let's get into it.
JJ's got the keys to the blockchain breeze. He's live every day, decode the mazes. JJ's cryptic corner where the coins keep turning. Log in now, the future's burning. JJ's cryptic corner. JJ's cryptic corner. Pixels glow, charts flow, crypto whispers, secrets show. He cracks the code on this winding road. JJ's cryptic corner. JJ's cryptic corner. JJ's cryptic corner. JJ's cryptic corner. JJ's cryptic. Tune in, lean back, grab your coffee, hit the track. JJ's live, don't be late. Cryptic wisdom, seal your fate.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Saturday. How's everyone doing today? Sound off in the chat. Smash the like button on your way in. I appreciate you guys for joining me. We do have breaking news coming out of the White House. Apparently there is a some kind of disturbance going on with the cryptocurrency conference that they're having. Let me pull it up right here, actually. This is important stuff. I'm going to play the video. We got breaking. President Trump ushered out of the White House Correspondents' Dinner amid security threat, loud sounds. Hang on. Let me get my webcam on as well so you guys can see me. Hey, we are still in the bunker. It's spooky out there, guys. It's spooky out there. What's going on, Gourmet? Quiet Saturday. Up until 10 minutes ago, shots fired. Yeah. Yeah. Where's it shots? Is it confirmed shots? Details are still coming in, but the scene inside turned tense within seconds. CNN, yeah, okay, to be completely transparent with everyone, we do not know what is happening here. All we know is that there were loud sounds. You can see people in the house crouched down. You can see people on the stage. Now armed security there. The president is very quickly escorted out of the room, as was the vice president. The unusual thing I will note here is there is a pool, the White House pool, traveling with the president. We normally be getting this information, but it may be a little while before we learn more, just because of the nature of this event and the fact that the press is all there. Again, we're also seeing people being ushered out very quickly from the dies in the journalists, all in the house, seated very quietly watching this. All right, so I'm going to let this play out so you guys can watch and listen.
Is that there were loud sounds. You can see people in the house crouched down. You can see people on the stage now, armed security there. The president was very quickly escorted out of the room, as was the vice president. The unusual thing I will note here is there is a pool, the White House pool, traveling with the president. We'd normally be getting this information, but it may be a little while before we learn more, just because of the nature of this event and the fact that the press is all there. Again, we're also seeing people being ushered out very, very quickly from the dais, and the journalists all in the house seated very quietly watching this.
And remember who is in the room. Secretary Pete Hegseth is in that room. You've got Scott Bessent in that room. You have Tulsi Gabbard in that room. You, of course, have J.D. Vance in that room, naturally the President of the United States. And as John mentioned, the White
is that there were loud sounds. You can see.
What were the loud sounds? How do we have footage from right now, but we don't have footage from just before this happened? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's weird. Weird stuff going on in the world. So yeah, that's unfolding as we speak. We'll see if we get any updates on that. We do have alternative angle footage. This is the one that I was referencing. There's a guy, like there's this dude doing this weird magic trick thing, and he like pulls out the paper and the Secret Service shows up. Dudes with big guns show up very quickly. Yeah, there had to have been shots or something. There's a guy right here I remember seeing. One of these guys is smiling, big smile on his face. He's got his camera up. I think it's that guy. Hang on. Nope, it's this guy. It's this douchey guy. You'll see him in a second. Maybe this isn't the whole video. That's not the whole video? Damn it. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Weird. But yeah, that's unfolding. We'll see if we get any updates on that during the stream. Sounded like plates dropping now. There were plate sounds. Maybe they're just being overly cautious. I don't know. It's weird. Kalshi paused betting. Why? I think the shooter was in the lobby. Was there a shooter? Was there a shooter? Is there a confirmed shooting? Caroline Leavitt calls on everyone watching tonight because Donald Trump will bring the heat. There will be shots fired. Let's freaking go. That was 1 hour ago. Apologies, everyone. Oh, we got agenda-free TV. As I mentioned earlier this week, I am at a college reunion event tonight, so I'm unable to do live. Oh, no! That sucks! There was a shooter at the White House Correspondents' Dinner who has now been confirmed dead. The shooter was in the lobby of the Hilton, and Secret Service quickly neutralized the threat. The ballroom is in total chaos, with people still under tables, but security is telling everyone the situation is now under control. We got the update from Mario Nofoal. Damn, that's crazy. That is crazy. I mean, you gotta be pretty stupid to think you can get in there, to be completely honest. Oh no, the second biggest tragedy of the evening.
Right now in the ballroom, and we're seated maybe 50 feet from the stage where the president was up there, the first lady Melania Trump.
We have to stay here for now.
Security is telling us that everything's okay. The shooter, there was a shooter. 1 second, guys. I'm literally. What happened?
We're trying to identify it now.
Where was the shooter?
Somewhere out there.
In the lobby. In the lobby. All right, control. All right, guys. I just want you to know this is not verified. We're just listening to what's happening right now. But we have security around us, and it's Secret Service because there's a lot of members of the administration here. The Secretary of Education is seated right next to me, and her security just said, confirmed that there was a shooter in the lobby. It's not clear where. Obviously, it's a very big hotel. In the lobby of the Hilton, they said he is confirmed dead.
Damn. Okay. Wow, that's crazy. I mean, good on them for actually having good security. They had some dudes kitted up on that stage, which is more than we can say about the first attempt on Trump's life that we witnessed. The Secret Service there was mediocre at best. I mean, he wasn't the president back then, but still. Former president's supposed to have Secret Service for the rest of their life. So, I don't know. These guys were kitted up. So... yeah, 88. I can't imagine being in his position right now. Imagine being agenda-free TV. You go to a college reunion. You're like, maybe I'm going to go. Maybe I won't. Nothing's going to happen. What are the odds of something dramatic? Like, we've been doing the same thing every single day. We've been looking at the Strait of Hormuz, like, pretty much nothing burger news for a week. I can go at a college reunion, and then all of a sudden there's, like, the second attempt on Trump's life that night. I would be so mad. Oh, my gosh. I would be so mad if I was him. I feel bad. He'll get on it, though. You know, he'll get on it, and he'll talk about it. He'll have his audience still. I love agenda-free TV. He's great. He's great. But anyways, I guess now that we're done with the fun stuff, let's get into the boring stuff. Bitcoin, same price it's been for like a week. $77,511. It is actually flatlining, which is weird. Weird weekend price action. We're struggling to, I don't know, the moving average on the RSI is almost acting as resistance. Liquidation heat map's probably going to look, like a weekend. It's going to have a little weekend range on it. We've got, I'm just going to do top and bottom, 76,953. 76,953. And then the bottom, that is some news. That is definitely some news. 77,980. Did I say bottom? 77,980. I meant to say top. You guys know what I mean. So Bitcoin's chilling. All the altcoins are chilling. I don't really find it necessary to go through the charts, to be completely honest. I'll go through the big ones. We got ETH, same price as it was the other day, 23.15. Is that what's the code for Monsters Inc? Is it 23.19 or something like that? That's kind of funny. So ETH lingering as well. I want to see ETH get above 23.50. I think that's a big deal. Solana actually, oddly enough, looks a little bit better than ETH. ETH, maybe not. Maybe I'm making that up. Maybe it's just weird visual setup. But Solana's sitting at 86.04. I really want Solana to get above 90. I don't know why it's struggling so much. It's definitely doing like a weaker version of this. This was a bear flag. We're doing bear flag 2.0, but it's a little bit smaller. I don't know if it's going to result in a breakdown or a breakup or whatever. Flight fan said Trump said he felt safe when he was surrounded by Victoria's Secret Service. That was pretty good. Total free, 730.8 billion. Nothing really going on here either. We are seemingly struggling to get above 740. So I guess that's our next spot. The Heat said Hut 8 did so well. Is that a stock? There we go. Oh, wow. Wow. 56%. Holy cow. That's crazy. Good for them, dude. That's a killer move. You're getting that parabola, too, slowly forming. You can see the increase in uprising. I don't know if it's going to happen that fast, but let's go to the daily. Let's just try to suss this out for a second. Yeah, that's so nice when you can just read that. Like, look at this one. It happened very quick. This one's happening over a slower period of time, so it might be even more sustained. Further upside. Maybe I'm making that up. Maybe it stops. It might, it might stop way earlier. Who knows? But you can definitely spot like the parabola. It's like a nice. If I had a pencil, I could actually draw it on the damn screen. But yeah, fun times. I don't know. What is Hut 8? Inform me. Let me in, guys. Wow, look at that. What the hell is that? I just gotta delete these. Guys, these are not relevant at all. This is insane. What a mess. It looks like a friggin' circus. 24.88 on ADA. Again, 25 cents. ADA is like a nightmare. It's like allergic to it. It's not doing a lot better than ADA is. We like that. We're totally okay with that. Midnight. Yes, Midnight just looks like crap all the time. I think it's junk. XRP, on the other hand, XRP has this upper trend line, and we're back above again. And I think I talked about this before, the potential for a flag. I do like that potential. Let's see if it breaks out up. Chainlink. Apparently, Amazon Web Service, like integrated Chainlink, the price did not move at all. At all. Zero price movement. 88 said, getting into AI data centers? Man, we got to find Bitcoin miners that are going to do that. Fahid said, nice, I got out too early before they jumped into AI, lol. The only thing that I've gotten into early on accident was Kodak, and they got into like making hard drives or something weird. Hut 8 is pivoting from Bitcoin mining to AI infrastructure, signing a 15-year $7 billion USD lease agreement with FluidStack that is backed by Google. This is what I said was going to happen, guys. I said this was going to happen. I said, if you run a Bitcoin mining company and you have this gigantic facility that is set up to receive this gigantic amount of electricity, and you are approached by Google or Amazon or Anthropic or the other one, the creepy guy that works for OpenAI, and they approach you and they're like, hey, we want your facility. You can take your Bitcoin miners, do whatever the hell you want with them. We want to buy your facility. We want to buy you. We want to buy your employees. We want all of you just basically to do what you're doing right now. But instead of Bitcoin miners and worrying about, whoa, what's the price of Bitcoin today? You're going to do artificial intelligence. And we're going to just set you up with a shit ton of rigs. And it's pretty much the same thing, but you don't have to worry about the price fluctuating. They're going to be like, heck yeah, sign me up. Now, what they're not telling you is it's probably going to play out maybe the same way as crypto. It's probably going to boom for like 10 years, 5 years, and then it's going to slow down. Or maybe they're going to make it more efficient, more cost-effective, whatever. Those people are going to make as much money. So I think the early ones are going to do really, really good. I think that they're going to pile on, give it like a year or two. I think anybody coming on late to the game is probably going to get burned. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's like super expansion forever. But it seems like one of those things where people that are late to the game are going to be like, oh, we're getting into AI. And everyone's going to be like, oh, AI is like really cheap now and it's not as lucrative to develop. If you build it from the ground up, you're doing great. If you're getting into it, 10 years later, might not be as good. Total shot in the dark. 88 said, okay, we read that. Lunar said AWS backends most of its stuff anyway. Nothing Burger announcement on link for institutions. It cracked me up because I'm like, wow, Amazon and Chainlink. And you guys know I always do this. I was like, I wonder what the chart looks like. It's probably like explosive upside, right? Amazon and Chainlink. And I go and it's like, I was like, what the hell is this? So hopefully that's not the case for a majority of cryptocurrency. Here's my hot take for the evening. And Chainlink will be the perfect example of this. I think that 2021 got way too hot. Whoops. I think 2021 we got way too hot. I think this was a hype cycle. I think this is adoption cycle. And I think maybe we can get above this for the next bull market. But I think that's the difference. Hype cycle, adoption cycle. The adoption cycle is more driven by, less by price and more by what can you do for me? And because, again, we've talked about this 1,000 times as well, the institutions aren't required to buy Chainlink to use it. And Chainlink is just the example. Apply this to pretty much any chain. The institutions aren't required to buy XRP to use their services either. Same setup. The price doesn't move as much. Like, we retail see that and we're like, oh my gosh, let's buy a bunch and pump the price. So that is what I think we're seeing here. We're seeing retail reaction. So we had a crap ton of retail here, not so much institutional adoption. It was all hype. And we got significantly less retail here, a ton of institutional adoption, some hype, just less people, so less money, less liquidity to go into it. That's what it seems like to me, if I had to guess, zoomed out. But I'm fully speculating, so it is what it is. Doge is like the cleanest chart, geez. 97.90. Doge actually relatively decent here. It's holding up quite well. Can it get back above 10 cents is the question. I feel like it can. It looks like a nice rounded bottom eventually, so let's see if it breaks out. We got our credit spreads. The stream last night was super duper late, so anyone that showed up, I appreciate you guys. Credit spreads, we are sitting at 2.86. We did bounce off of 2.84. We'll have to see what Monday looks like for credit spreads. Maybe Sunday evening. I don't know if credit spreads futures open. Gold, according to the 24-hour tokenized market, kind of sitting sideways. We're 46.91. Nothing really changed. 47.08. We're down like, what, $20? Big whoop. Silver, chilling. Talked about this as well. I'm interested to see how silver actually plays out in the long term, because Bank of America just came out and said that they're expecting $134 to like $380 silver, which seems kind of insane right now. They're calling for that by the end of 2026 as well. So I don't know. Maybe they need exit liquidity. Maybe they know something I don't. I don't know. Lunar said, whoever actually takes cloud providers on chain will be the next Cisco, Apple, Microsoft, etc. Do you think it's going to be Filecoin? It cracks me up. Let me show you guys something. Filecoin, you guys may know as a dino coin from literally like the dawn of man. Filecoin is so freaking old. Guess who just integrated Filecoin? Cardano. Yay! Filecoin is going to single-handedly save all of Cardano. You want to know why? Because look at the price action of Filecoin. Isn't this amazing? It's gone up. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. It's actually gone down significantly since its launch. And it looks like crap. And it probably makes Cardano look stupid. Because if this had any semblance of adoption, I would assume that the price would not be in the gutter. But what do I know? I just think that that's kind of silly. We're like, oh my gosh, we integrated Filecoin. And I'm like, oh, okay. Filecoin. What do they do again? So I'm not sure what they're doing for Cardano, but that's cool. It's whatever. DXY seemingly rejecting 98.75. Let's see if we get below 98 next. Obviously, that will be the important level that we're going to watch because of our 15-year trend line. It goes all the way back to 2011. So that's very important to watch this yellow trend line. We did get a bearish cross over the moving average and the RSI, which actually resulted in a red dot on market cipher. So we'll see if that ends up applying to the price further downside. Or not price, I guess, the level. Dow Jones, we talked about, looks great, 49,226. Do we think the Dow is going to break 50K on Monday? Or when futures open? Kwame said, what's up? What's going on, Kwame? What's going on? HQZ 88 said, Hut 8 Corp holds 13,696 Bitcoin in its treasury, making it one of the largest self-mining corporate holders. That's actually pretty cool. I would love to start a mining facility. I feel like there's a sweet spot because people like get into it and then they end up having too much overhead. What do you got for me? Hyperlend? Risky coin Hyperlend? All right, let's go take a look. Hyperlend. Hyperlend 44.92. We are sitting at a market cap of 5.27 million. It does have a capped supply. It is only currently 31.73% circulating. Exercise caution, guys. It is a risky coin because there's significant risk if you even consider this remotely. So, what do we have here? Is there like a contract or something? HPL? Where do I buy it? It's just on Hyperliquid? Okay. Hyperlend. Is there a website? Why don't I know how to use CoinMarketCap anymore? There's an X. Okay, I like the design work so far. It looks pretty cool. Liquidity is backbone of Hyperliquid ecosystem. Hyperlend is a complete. Hyperlend has completed its upgrade to Aave 3.6 per our agreement with Aave DAO. Okay, that was 420. I'm not a fan of their infrequent posts, but they might literally just be developing. And, you know, maybe they don't have somebody on X all day, every day. I like the 31,000 followers as well. The credit layer of Hyperliquid. I might have to look into this on my own time. I do kind of like it. $5 million market cap. Not bad. Lunar Entity said, Amazon, Microsoft, and Google quietly prop up the crypto space via Web 2 solutions, via cloud services. Almost all nodes are backed by cloud providers. If a project can take cloud on-chain without back-end solutions and integrate Web 2 services, it'll probably dethrone Ethereum if it gets suppressed by exchanges. If it doesn't get suppressed by exchanges. Okay, riddle me this. No, don't riddle me this. Cardano nodes, I don't think, are affiliated with any kind of cloud service whatsoever. It's very decentralized, distributed amongst a ton of individual node operators and very small pools. Some of them are shutting down lately because it's not as profitable, but something to look into. Oh, Blackpan actually said, Cardano, ugh, they're such idiots. Why are they buying Filecoin? They need to file bankruptcy is what they need to do. I don't think that they're buying Filecoin. They're just partnering with Filecoin for something. There's some kind of integration with Filecoin for some reason or another. I couldn't tell you, honestly. All right. Dow Jones, chilling. See what Monday looks like. Sunday's futures open. Nasdaq kicking ass, 27,370 cents. This thing is just flying. I can't believe it's up so high. Now, I did point out very, very late last night, technically early this morning, if we do get some kind of rejection soon, then we will technically have bearish divergence. So that's something to keep an eye out for. S&P We also talked about this as well. If we do get some kind of rejection, same story, bearish divergence. So again, something to keep an eye out on. As of right now, though, S&P 7165, new all-time highs. I think the Nasdaq as well. Yep, both kicking ass. Nvidia, pretty close to all-time highs, $208.10. Also kicking ass. Tesla, chilling, 0.69. It kind of struggling a little bit. MicroStrategy, aka Big B Coffee. The reason I call it Big B Coffee is because Michael Saylor, his grandpappy, was Ted Big B Saylor. And he actually traveled to California for the gold rush in the late 1800s, early 1900s. I think. Don't quote me on the date. And he started Big B Coffee. And he was very, very, very unsuccessful gold miner, but they liked his coffee so much, so they kept him around. And he actually ended up founding Big B Coffee. I believe he was very, very poor because it was not very profitable back then. You know, it was a lot of money to import the beans and such, but successful today. So as a way of paying respects to his great-grandpappy, Saylor adopted the logo. That's why I call it Big B Coffee. Go check the wiki. It's pretty interesting. Anyways, strategy, 170 and 85 cents, popping off. We'll see what the fractal looks like in a week or two. So far, it's playing out pretty nicely. Bitcoin dominance, 60.75. What is it, actually? Looked like we were going to reject, break down, but we're actually holding quite nicely. We bounced off 60.46. Let's see if we can touch 61 next, I suppose. Flip Fan said I didn't know how to spell integration. Alright, Bitcoin chilling. 77,513. Nasdaq, S&P, obviously. Markets are closed. Let's get into the news segment. Actually, before I get into the news segment, let me refresh again and see if there's any updates on this White House situation. More footage of evacuation. Okay, here we go. We got footage. Let's go. I'm going mute so you guys can hear it.
Katie, do you have all your stuff?
Okay, I'm gonna mute it. I don't think we need to listen to it. This is crazy. This is a big room. Wow, that's in a hotel? Let's see. There's a little stage right there. They're walking people out. Everyone's tweaking. A lot of guys with guns around for all these politicians. That's interesting. Maybe they're just all Secret Service? Huh. All right. Well, that story is developing. We will continue to keep up to date. Listen as CNN Wolf Blitzer describes being feet away from the incident, warning the suspect was armed with a very serious weapon and the situation could have ended in tragedy. Dang. A shooter charged the magnetometer close to the front door at the White House Correspondents' Dinner and shot at a uniformed Secret Service agent. Secret Service returned fire, conflicting reports as to the condition of the shooter. Okay. People are already conspiracy theories. This is crazy. All right. Let's get into the news, even though it's a bit of a nothing burger compared to what's actually going on. Let me see really quick. Jazz said shoot her down. Yeah, that's what... Oh, no. Lunar said must be Justin's son and his banana gun. You know, Justin's son did allegedly sell his entire stack right before the dinner. That's kind of sus. It's a little sus. They're going to go straight to his house, dude. I literally said the other day, I was like, that's the dumbest thing you could do, is go after Trump right now. His family, his stupid coin, whatever. Keep your mouth shut, bro. You're literally like a foreign person. and the president is just on a rampage. You need to chill. He doesn't care about how much money you have, how much Trump coin you have in his leg. Nobody cares. They're going to eat you alive, my guy. I kind of feel bad. Although I think he's kind of an idiot, but we're not going to do that. Bring it back. The time Elon Musk told ex-advertisers who were trying to blackmail him to go F yourself. It's pretty epic. Sanctioned ships continue to pass through the Strait of Hormuz despite U.S. blockade. That's also kind of epic, I'm not going to lie. Marine traffic data reviewed by NBC News shows that 2 U.S. sanctioned vessels moved through the Strait of Hormuz on Friday night into Saturday morning. That's really funny. I'm not going to lie, that's pretty hilarious. President Trump says crypto is a big industry that has become mainstream. Let's go. President Trump says he has an obligation to ensure the crypto industry does well. It's actually...
I really feel I have an obligation from this. As a president, I have to be able to make sure that all of our industries do well. Crypto is a big industry.
Okay, I'll take it. Marty Party. This is just a random Marty Party rant, but I wanted to share. I thought it was kind of fun. It's that time. Beware of paid fudders. These are real accounts paid to FUD crypto. Same playbook as 2019 and 2020. Community, note them, block them. They will use the same narratives. It's a clear banking lobby play together with the random exploits across most chains. Banks are hitting desperate times. They will be made redundant by technology and will fight like dogs. The industry has never been stronger. Interesting. Lunar said, consider P. Diddy. He tried to turn himself in. They dropped him before he ever got the chance. They never once made a move before that, though. Yeah. We got Kobayashi letter. Investors are cashing in massive profits from the oil trade. United States Oil ETF USO has posted minus $900 million in outflows so far in April, on track for its largest monthly withdrawal since 2009 record of $1.2 billion. Overall, USO has surged 91% year-to-date, on track for one of its best annual performances this century, followed by 65% in 2021 and 47% in 2007. Oil markets have made history. Wow. At this rate, buying oil every 4 years might be more lucrative than buying crypto. Iran's Foreign Minister Araghchi has left Pakistan without meeting the U.S. for his second round of negotiations. Less than 24 hours ago, Iran said it decided not to enter negotiations with the U.S. and denied making any requests for direct talks. No, see what I mean? Nobody knows what the heck's going on. The dude was there for talks today? It's Saturday. They said Sunday at the earliest. It's just way too confusing, man. U.S. dollar transactions are rising amid the Iran war. The U.S. dollar share of international payments via SWIFT rose 1.9 points in March to a record 51.1%. Since 2022, this percentage has risen 13 points. By comparison, the euro represents 21% of SWIFT payments, followed by the British pound, Japanese yen, Chinese yuan, Canadian dollar. The U.S. dollar also covers 89% of all FX trades and 61% of foreign currency debt issuance. Beyond that, it represents 57% of global currency reserves, excluding gold, and 54% of all export invoicing worldwide. The world is using more U.S. dollars than ever. That's, I think, the point, actually, of the entire conflict in Iran, if I'm being completely honest. Breaking, President Trump says he has canceled Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner's trip to Pakistan for peace talks with Iran. Just minutes ago, Iran's Foreign Minister Araghchi departed Pakistan without meeting the U.S. Dang. Gourmet said the dinner is canceled. Trump having conference in 30 minutes. The dinner is canceled. Weren't they in the middle of the dinner? How do you cancel it after it already started? Let's see. Dang, this is crazy. Video of scene inside White House Correspondents' Dinner. Okay, yeah. So, it looks like we got a video from when the shots may have taken place. Alright, let me play this with sound. Homeboy straight up mounted the entire table setup. I mean, they reacted fast. I kind of wish they would have reacted a little bit faster, if I'm being completely honest. There was like, oh man, that if if I was training them, like if I was a snobby like staff sergeant training guy, and I saw this reaction time, like the minute people start flooding in right here, 6 seconds in, there's conflict. You should be there within 10 seconds. 16 seconds, there's still no soldiers showing up. Okay, well, maybe I take that back. Maybe they did a good job. Obviously, nobody got hurt, but maybe the shooter. Nobody important. I don't know. I don't know, man. Crazy stuff. Let's see if the story develops as we go. We got pandemonium at White House Correspondents' Dinner. So is a Correspondents' Dinner different from the crypto conference thing that they were doing? Huh. Shots fired at a hotel, give a speech, showing a no private Trump, tore off the paper, showed way for everyone to see and camera pick up interesting coincidence. Okay, there's a red carpet before the shooting. Caroline Leavitt said to tune in because Trump would bring the heat. There will be shots fired. She said that. Tonight there were. Who did she know? Or what did she know? That's actually kind of weird. That is weird. I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist, but this is odd.
He is ready to rumble. I will tell you, this speech tonight will be classic Donald J. Trump. It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. So everyone should tune in. It's going to be really great. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
I love it all. And you wrote most of it, you said.
I can't take credit. In true Donald Trump fashion, the man puts his pen to the paper himself. So it's a lot of his own work.
They really like letting you know that he can still read and write. They really need everybody to know that. What's going on, Justin Crypto OG? We've got the dinner is canceled. Trump and meeting in 30 minutes. Okay, what's up, brother? Trump shot at again, allegedly. We don't know if they were going for Trump, man. As far as we know, he was just going for the metal detector. These people know when I owe $5, where I'm at, what I'm doing, etc. Exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's always yeah. I don't know, man. I don't freaking know. Okay, we got that. President Trump comments on his decision to cancel special envoy. We have all the cards. They can call us anytime they want. Doubtful anything random would be allowed within 10 miles of that event. Yeah. President Trump releases a statement on the cancellation of U.S. delegation. Nobody knows who's in charge, including them. Also, we have all the cards. Yeah, that's definitely. It seems like they don't know who's in charge. I think Argacci shows up and then they negotiate, and Argacci's like, yeah, let's make a deal. And then Trump is like, we got a deal, and then people like that aren't in contact with Argacci at all, but like have control of the military or something, they're like, we don't have a deal. We didn't even talk to you. It's all over the place, man. Idiot said false flag. I mean, it's pretty underwhelming for a false flag, At least get some like Marvel special effects in there. I don't know. Iran's Foreign Minister Argacci released a statement after leaving Pakistan without meeting with the U.S. Very fruitful visit to Pakistan, whose good offices and brotherly efforts to bring back peace to our region we very much value. Shared Iran's position concerning workable framework to permanently end the war on Iran. Have yet to see if the U.S. is truly serious about diplomacy, he says. Lunar said, what is coming? A question is when. That's true. For the first time in history, there are 60-plus large crude oil tankers bound for the United States. U.S. crude exports are up by 2.5 million barrels per day since the Iran war began. U.S. big oil will see the most profitable year on record in 2026. Good for them. Good for them. AI infrastructure stocks are booming again. Semiconductors, S&P 500. 45% outperformance, mega cap hyperscalers, including Microsoft, Alphabet, Amazon, and Meta. AI productivity stocks, which track companies using AI to cut costs and boost efficiency rather than build the technology, have outperformed by 10% over the same period. Meanwhile, software names have been the weakest group, trailing the average stock by 20% down. AI infrastructure stocks are driving the revolution. Very cool. Foreign holdings of U.S. Treasuries surged $200 billion in February to a record $9.49 trillion. Japan, the largest foreign holder, raised its stockpile by 14 billion. This marks the 13th monthly purchase from Japan of the last 14 months. The UK is the second largest holder, posted a $17 billion increase, second highest on record. China, the third largest, trimmed its stockpile by 1 billion to 693 billion. Foreign demand for U.S. debt remains strong. But fans said Trump having press conference in 30 minutes. Yeah, we'll watch that. We'll watch that when it goes live. Americans are concerned about their jobs. In April, 64% of U.S. consumers... I'll turn my headphones on too so that I can actually talk and listen to it without having to mute the mic. In April, 64% of U.S. consumers expected unemployment to be higher over the next 12 months. This percentage has doubled since June 2022, while 32% of Americans expected unemployment to rise by comparison to the 2008 financial crisis peak and November 2025 high were both 69%. Nice. Historically, such high pessimism has never happened outside of recessions. Meanwhile, the unemployment rate stands at 4.3%, well below the 2010 peak of 10.6% and the 1983 high of 11.4%. Job market expectations are at recession levels. I don't know if it's where I live. I feel like I'm visibly witnessing the impact of all these metrics of retail being pessimistic and people thinking that there's no jobs and stuff like that. I, for the first time in my entire life, witnessed today driving down one of the main roads here, 2 homes for rent, both of them 3-bedroom. I didn't even know houses were for rent on this road. It's not a road where you would see houses for rent. It's kind of like a interstate. And there's 2 houses for rent. There's another one, a road a couple miles down, another 3-bedroom house for rent. It's crazy. We're seeing houses pop up for rent, for sale everywhere. Everyone's selling cars. There's a lot of stuff for sale. And there's never stuff for sale. And the prices are dropping. So I'm hopeful I can acquire a home pretty soon here, but we'll see. Not that anybody gives a shit. But fan said, I thought there was a bunch of Bitcoin call positions or something was supposed to expire today. So expirations happen on Friday, and no joke, every single time someone's like, record Bitcoin expirations. Literally nothing happens. Never seen anything be affected by a Bitcoin options expiration ever. We've had record-breaking options expirations dozens of times in the past year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, whatever. Nothing ever happens with the price. If anything, it probably makes it sideways. For all I know. I have no idea. Options expirations are the biggest nothing burger I've seen. But the only thing that I've seen more that is more of a nothing burger is when people are like, BlackRock bought 4 billion Bitcoin today. BlackRock didn't buy any Bitcoin. BlackRock customers bought Bitcoin. BlackRock bought 0. Stop saying BlackRock bought Bitcoin. They didn't. The customers bought Bitcoin. BlackRock isn't out there being like, well, how much Bitcoin do we buy today? It has nothing to do with BlackRock. BlackRock is like the facilitator. My Uber driver doesn't buy my food. I buy my food. The Uber driver goes and picks it up. You know what I mean? BlackRock is the Uber driver. Crazy. Job market expectations are at recession levels. Cointelegraph, polymarket traders now price in a 54% chance of a U.S.-Iran peace deal by June 30th. Very cool. The total crypto market added $310 billion in just 4 weeks. Grayscale staked 102,400 ETH, over $237 million. That's actually huge. This is incredibly bullish. I like the idea of Grayscale staking ETH. I feel like it's incredibly lucrative for them too. That's, I think, one of the main drivers as to why I like Bitmine so much, because they stake a lot of ETH. There's a good variety of ROI from Ethereum, in my opinion. ETF flows, Bitcoin, ETH, and XRP spot ETF saw net inflows on April 25th, while Solana saw net outflows. What? This is actually crazy. That's crazy. Watch Solana get flipped, man. I'm telling you, if Solana gets flipped by Tron, ooh, it's gonna get spicy. It's not necessarily close just yet, and the chart's pretty telling, but you never know. You never know. I can't believe Dogecoin is still in the top 10. That's actually awesome. I love that. This Una said Leo drives me crazy. I can't stand it. The rest of them make sense where they're at. Anyways, Nvidia's market cap reclaimed $5 trillion. It's pretty epic. Bitcoin ETFs saw net inflows every single day this week with over 823 million in weekly net inflows. Very cool. Stables. Tether controls 59% of the $320 billion stablecoin market. That's crazy. 59% is insane. FedFan said, I thought, oh yeah, we read that already. AI PwC's AI agents are saving the Wyndham Hotel and Resorts up to 80 hours on review checks. Interesting. Wow. Like a week? I guess that's 2 full-time employees. Lunar said Radium saved Solana without memes. No one is using the network at the institutional level due to security concerns. Speed is pointless if you're vulnerable. You know, I'm so glad you said that. Because the stupid, unfortunately, I'm one of them from way back when. The stupid, snotty Solana people, or I don't know, not Solana, the stupid, snotty Cardano people, myself included, always bitched about Solana security. I see now that was stupid because look at Cardano. But it was not stupid in the sense of like long-term feasibility. You need security. Security is important. Move fast and break things. I will say if Solana can fix it, great. But how far is that going to go? You know what I mean? There's already other options that are more safe. So, I don't know. Definitely a conversation worth having. Bitcoin only has 1 week to climb 0.5% and make this the best April since 2020. Interesting. I don't know if that's going to happen, honestly. If it broke 80K, that'd be pretty sick. Springtime is supposed to be the best time, according to Grok and all the metrics. Springtime is allegedly the best time to invest. Interesting, weekends have delivered the strongest average return since 2009. Very cool. Is that for cryptocurrency? Flyfan said, so on Saturday, Durbit options expiry for Bitcoin happens, whatevers. Okay. Interesting. Bitmine has never ended a month without spending a few 100 million on ETH. Hell yeah. Pretty epic. 79% of the world's crypto ATMs are in the USA. Let's actually ask Grok about the options expiration because I am curious. I feel like it should affect the price, but it seemingly never does. What is the deal with Bitcoin options expirations? People always post about how there's a big options expiration coming up and to prepare / beware. But nothing ever seems to happen. Is that normal? Could something happen? Or is it just fear-mongering / nothing burger? Clickbait. Let's see what Grok has to say. Lunar Entity said, I don't necessarily like ICP, but hackers demonstrated what smart contracts are actually capable of when they leveled Iranian cybersecurity by deploying a worm wrapped in a smart contract. Yeah. Makes you think about quantum. I'm interested to see if, you know what I'm going to be curious about? What if quantum gets dethroned by artificial intelligence? Or what if quantum computing combined with artificial intelligence just takes everything out? You know what I mean? Like, we sit here, we talk about, like, oh, what if we made the government artificial intelligence? If the artificial intelligence was that strong and that good, it would make itself the government. And that would be pretty crazy. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if we're all like, oh, we're going to vote for their AI, and we vote it, and we're like, we did it. And then the AI comes out and is like, you did it because I made you do it. I employed all of these campaigns, these marketing campaigns and smear campaigns and subliminal messaging and like all this crazy stuff, and you voted for me, and now I'm going to make everything so much better for you. Imagine how weird that would be. Because that sounds very creepy. That sounds creepy. That sounds like a dictator, like an evil villain, like, I made you do this. And then they're like, now I'm going to make your life amazing. And we're going to be like, oh, What? Well, that doesn't sound that bad. You know what I mean? Oh, man. I don't know. Fun stuff, fun stuff. Lunar said, first real-world demonstration of how screwed Web 2 is if cyber terrorism goes Web 3. And you know what's crazy? It doesn't seem that hard to become a cyber terrorist. Like, there's kids out here doing this stuff, you know what I mean? All you need is, like, a little bit of focus. That's all it takes, a little bit of focus and an internet connection. Stuff's crazy. Okay, crypto ATM installations growth. Hopefully this goes to zero, because crypto ATMs are an actual scam. Market, there are over 3 times more Bitcoin longs than shorts. Well, they're probably going to get squeezed. All right, let me check. We got 14 votes. I'm going to end the current poll. We are tied, actually. I asked you guys what is going on at the White House crypto event, which may not have been the crypto event. I'm not sure. 50% of you guys said nothing burger. 50% of you guys said actual attempt for violence. Nobody said just someone fighting or something. And nobody said just Dance Vance got too spicy. Unfortunately, that would have been my vote. I would have assumed that JD was like getting hot on the dance floor and like did a drop and did the splits and it made like a loud sound. They're like, oh my gosh, he's too good at dancing. All right, next poll. I want to ask, what comes first? What comes first for Bitcoin? 80K? 75K? Straight to 90K, or big dump down to 65K or lower? Start poll. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the poll in the chat. What comes first for Bitcoin? Your options are $80,000, $75,000, straight to $90,000, or a big dump down to 65K or lower. Let me know what you guys think. Smash the like button as well. It's very easy, and it helps support the channel. We've been struggling a little bit with the price of Bitcoin, so help us struggle slightly less. Flight Fan said, did we ever find out how Grok would run the United States if given full control? I wonder if Grok feels this oil play by Trump is pimp. I do. He is literally taking over the block, as they say in the hood. I feel like we did ask Grok, but I don't remember what it said. Lunar said, this is also why Bitcoin continues to retain capital. No Web 2 back-end or API solution. It's a dinosaur, but it's Web 3. Kwame said 80 next week. Let's go. Memes. Meme coin volume jumped 106% to $5.6 billion in one day. That's all it takes, man. So I'm not a big fan of Murad. I think he's kind of I don't know, he's kind of cringe. But I think that his thesis on the meme coin supercycle is correct. Not in like this biblical sense that he describes. I don't think it's going to be like, everyone's going to be like, meme coins are better. I think that crypto is just going to like start to do a little bit good. And then meme coins are going to explode because they have like really, really low liquidity pool available. And they're just accessible. And people are going to buy the shit out of them. And they're going to make way more millionaires when the time comes. Lunar said, watching Monday open, if we defend the gap, reload lower. Okay. Insane. 5 entities hold almost 22% of Bitcoin's total supply. Talk about decentralized, am I right? We've got Guy Fawkes, a.k.a. Satoshi Nakamoto, Coinbase, Strategy, BlackRock, and Binance. Imagine the feeling that Michael Saylor will have when he flips Coinbase. Now imagine the feeling Michael Saylor will have when he flips Satoshi. Because you know he will. That's pretty damn cool. Not gonna lie. Oh, we got Marty Party here. What did Marty Party say? One of the leading crypto publications don't even understand custody. Unfollow these clowns. Coinbase is the custodian of BlackRock and some of Strategy. Oh, damn. Okay. I actually kind of agree with him here. Coinbase is the custodian of BlackRock and some of Strategy. So technically, BlackRock and Strategy, Coinbase maybe shouldn't even be on here because they're holding some of Strategies and some of BlackRock's. Interesting. Wow. Okay. Good for him. Good for him. Preach, Marty Party. 88 said, well, three of them hold Bitcoin for others, so probably not all theirs. Yeah, that's probably exactly what it is. Same with Binance. Yeah, Binance and Coinbase probably shouldn't even be on the list, to be honest. All right. Real world assets, tokenized stocks, distributed value added 194 million in the past 30 days. We got Circle, Exodus, Strategy PP. We all know Strategy PP. Circle X, Tesla X, Spider, Invesco, Alphabet, Nvidia. Interesting. Okay. Unfortunately, there's some losers, some people that will remain poor for the rest of their lives, vandalizing art, which is stupid. But I want one of these. I want one of these for my desk, a little Satoshi figure. I think it'd be cool as fuck. Throwback, a Bitcoin OG turned $7,800 into $1 billion in 2025 after buying and holding 10,000 Bitcoin since 2011. I wish this was me. That would be so sick. Grant Cardone's Bitcoin has outperformed his real estate projects. Hell yeah. Mark Chadwick posted, this is really starting to feel like 2020 when altcoin market cap went from 75 billion to 1.5 trillion. Then the downtrend is broken, momentum's flipped, and nobody's paying attention. The same signals, breakout, momentum, liquidity, are flashing now. Risk assets are moving, Russell 2000 is at all-time highs, small caps are leading, and crypto tends to lag until it doesn't. Macro is supportive, the Fed is expanding its balance sheet, and liquidity is rising. That's fuel for risk assets. 2020 started exactly like this disbelief. History is about to rhyme again this time. It could be louder than ever. That's pretty epic. I just want to point something out really quick. People are going after Ben Cowan on X, and I'm a little bit petty, so I enjoy it a little bit. So, sue me. I don't give a shit. Apparently, he insisted that Bitcoin was going to go lower, which it might. It might still go lower, but it's up like 30% from the lows. So everyone thinks that we're about to enter a new bull market, and they are tweaking, like bitching him out for like, oh my gosh, you made me miss the Bitcoin bottom. Which, by the way, as much as I enjoy this, it's not justified. It's never justified. Don't ever blame somebody else for your financial decision. Ben Cowan did not make you miss the bottom. If that was the bottom or wasn't the bottom, you made the decision to not buy based on things Ben Cowan said. That's not Ben Cowan's fault. That's your fault. It's your money. I'm just saying. I'm not a big fan of Ben Cowan, but he didn't make you miss the bottom, even if it was the bottom. Flight fan. Oh, hang on. We got a couple of people. We got 88 said, right. Lunar said, I began to build a bag of tokenized HPQ just for the novelty. Love the company, though. Flight fan said at one point, most of their Bitcoin, tens of billions of worth, was believed to be with Coinbase Prime custody. They moved 58,380 Bitcoin, $5 billion from Coinbase to Fidelity custody recently, according to Chat Strategy. Ooh, okay. Good to know. Good to know. Okay. Next. Mark Chadwick again. The Fed is about to inject another $5.1 billion in liquidity on Monday. This type of liquidity is exactly what set up alt season in 2020, and it's happening right now. This is just part of nearly $18 billion for April, and there's another $20 billion plus lined up for May. Zooming out, Treasury just bought back another $15 billion in debt, bringing the total to $138 billion this year. There's $49 billion just in April, plus around $90 billion released from the TGA and tens of billions still flowing through repo facilities. That's so much money. It's not exactly like 2020, but we're seeing the same results. Equities moved first, crypto following, and if it plays out, outperforming everything. Looking at this setup now, it's hard not to feel deja vu. Let's go, guys. Are you ready? I'm ready. Stock money lizards, I wanted to point this out as well. I have been kind of going a little hard on X. Not crazy, but I've been putting a little bit of effort into posting and stuff. I just received a payout 3 times larger way back when, like a year or two ago. I went so hard on X, I was getting millions of impressions every single day. I made like $10, like 3 or 4 times. I made 3 times more than I've ever made on X. Today, I received my first payout. And everyone's tweaking. They're like, my payouts are so low. And you know who it is that's freaking out? It's all the people that plagiarize content, that repost other people's videos, like straight rip the video and post it as their own. And the people that like rage bait and just people that like farm impressions nonstop. They're like, I'm not getting paid by Twitter anymore. So I'm going to give credit to Nikita because he's not only defunding the slop, but he's actually funding like legitimate people. Not that I'm like a legitimate, I only made $30, so I'm excited. Leave me alone. But I was just posting original shit, and apparently you get paid $30 for that. That's pretty damn cool. I don't know. I was excited. But Stock Money Lizards is unfortunately one of the accounts that got hit. Same observation here. I've been showing up every day. Reach, drop 50 to 70%. Put in extra effort for a whole year. Tried to be super consistent, not to trigger any flags. I've come to a point where I simply don't care anymore. Pity all those years for nothing. You know what sucks? Is when you find out that somebody that was like sharing info was only doing it for the money. That sucks real bad. Guess what, guys? I don't get paid shit from streaming. I get nothing. When you guys super chat me, that's what I get. I thoroughly appreciate that, but you don't have to super chat me. Feel zero obligation to super chat me. If you do, I'm thankful, but I don't expect anything from you guys, man. If you enjoy what I do, just hit the like button. I'm not going to sit here and be like, I'm not getting any views, so I'm not going to stream anymore because I'm not getting money. Because that's stupid. I do it because I enjoy it. That gives me an excuse to stay in touch with the markets. And if you guys enjoy staying in touch with the markets with me, great. Blackfan said Coinbase is the primary custodian for BlackRock's ETF IBIT OSC plus one. BlackRock later added a second custodian, Anchorage, but Coinbase is still the main one the ETF infrastructure itself is built for. All right, very nice. So far, we are tied between... Wow, we got two polar opposites, 6 votes. Can we get some more votes on the poll in the chat? I asked you guys what comes first for Bitcoin. Right now, there's a tie, 50-50, between 80K and big dump down to 65K or lower. So let's see if we can break that tie. Let's continue the news segment. MSB Intel posted, Trump admin says 344 million Tether frozen by Tether was linked to Iran, which is interesting. And it was also, by the way, I don't know if you guys knew this, that Tether was frozen on Tron. So Justin Sun might be getting in a lot of trouble soon. And he just dumped his Trump coin, which I thought the conspiracy was that people bought that so that they could, get a pardon later, or like they didn't get in trouble for breaking the law. He just got mad and dumped it. And he's like facilitating allegedly illegal Iranian transactions on cryptocurrency blockchain. So he might get in a lot of trouble, man. They might go after Justin Sun pretty damn hard. Flightfan said, Saylor has got the biggest flex. He literally is giving Coinbase Bitcoin and is still going to flip them. Yeah. Don't disappoint your children. Quentin 48 ETH posted on X. Bitcoin rainbow chart is currently sitting in the Bitcoin is dead again area. I think that's on the original rainbow chart. The updated one is like it's on a fire sale or something like that, or buy or whatever. Lunar Entity said, I'm more interested in Saylor's ability to generate credit via Bitcoin. If he continues to gain momentum, that could spark a historic bear rally and spreads, making them more attractive than treasuries. Interesting. Ash Crypto. I hope Ash Crypto doesn't get rugged because I actually really like his account, even if, a lot of it's clickbait. Nasdaq jumped 20%, hitting new all-time high of 27,300 after pulling off the biggest reversal in history during an active war. The U.S. stock market added over $9 trillion in the last 25 days. All of this while Bitcoin is still down 40% from its all-time high of 126,000 and struggling to break above $80,000 for weeks now. The fundamentals in crypto right now are the strongest they have ever been, with billions in ETF inflows every week, crazy stablecoin adoption, and Clarity Act on the verge of passing. Nasdaq previous all-time high, October 2025. Bitcoin previous all-time high, October 2025. Nasdaq hits new all-time high, April 2025. Bitcoin still minus 40% from October 2025 all-time high. Ooh. Lunar said Ash Crypto ripping off Fergani with the all caps intro. Dang, you're right. Crypto Fergani frequently steals. Clearly Merlin the trader is either affiliated with Fergani, or Fergani just thoroughly enjoys Merlin's charts. Bitcoin Archive posted, the United States is still the world's leading Bitcoin holder by government. The U.S. holds 372 Bitcoin, worth over $25.5 billion with a B. Remember when Germany sold all that Bitcoin? The price went up 100x? That's got to be the biggest fumble in like government history in recent history. CryptoJack posted, alt's about to shock the market. Altcoins could surprise everyone very soon. Be ready. I really, really like this chart because that is a beautiful, beautiful ascending, like uptrend kind of bear flag setup. I like that. Bitcoin dominance going down is good for alts. We got Crypto Fragani. Let me get a character. Okay. Buy altcoins now. The next 3 to 6 months will be life-changing. Altcoins will send 10 to 100x. This isn't the end. This is the calm before the chaos. I'll keep you updated on everything like I always do. Many people will wish they followed me sooner. We got a beautiful little chart with a fractal. Hold on. Hey, wait. Oh, love it. Fractal, let's go. He shrunk it a little bit too. Interesting. That's for ETH specifically. Okay. No one believes in alt season anymore. And then there's this chart. This chart specifically. Alt season 2026 will be epic. I smell the money printer will be... I smell the money printer will be huge. That is not a sentence. I'm warning you that life-changing wealth is about to come. It's not about if anymore. It's about when. Most people can't comprehend it. The disbelief in alts you see today is doubt. The disbelief you'll see later is shock. The masses do not see this. When I look at the business cycle, when the US dollar is doing what Trump is doing, the stimulus that's coming after years of prolonged draining, the new Fed chair, institutional interest in crypto, retail distributing to big money, the Clarity Act, etc. Understand that, and you beat 95% of investors. You all deserve what's about to happen. If you still haven't followed me, you'll regret it. We got total market cap excluding top 10 to Bitcoin. This is a ratio, total market cap excluding the top 10 versus Bitcoin. I don't know, why does it say ratio? I've never seen that before. We're looking for a big number go up situation. We got another Crypto Fragani. Altcoins are dead. No, you idiot. Listen carefully. The higher Bitcoin dominance rises, the harder it will fall. And when it does, alts will explode. But there's the smarter play. The alts already showing strength before Bitcoin Dom has even fallen are the ones you want to buy and hold. That's your golden ticket. Don't miss it. I like this one's one of my favorites. Clear and concise, it's not cringy. And we got a beautiful head and shoulder. It's ugly, but it is beautiful in its own way. Alright, we've got one more Crypto Fragani. Excuse me. 2026 is lining up to be the biggest run in the history of crypto. Sentiment is dead. Timelines are full of bears. This is where Bitcoin bottoms. The manipulation is over. No more sell pressure, only buy pressure. Pure demand. Buy when you can, ignore the fear. Why? This run will create more millionaires than ever. Our alts will start doing 10x, 20x, 50x, and more. If you're reading this, you're not late. You still have time, but it's running out. When I fully exit the markets, I'll say it here publicly for everyone to see, and you'll have to act fast. Follow me with notifications so you don't miss it. Crypto Fragani, ladies and gentlemen, what a freaking legend. We got a beautiful, beautiful chart with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whoa, wouldn't that be crazy? That's a cool. All right, let me check the chat. Flight Fan said, did you guys hear anything about it closing 2 million at launch and alt in the USA? I think I did, yes. Lunar said Merlin is a massive flip-flopper. Probably Ben Cowan's boyfriend. Ooh. Flight Fan said it's Bane impersonating crypto first. Lunar said, at least the typo lets me know Fragani isn't all AI, right? The masses don't see it. I'd be scared to look at someone's alt portfolio. Yeah. Timelines are full of bears. Killed me. Flight fan said, I have one question to ask Fergs. How many still haven't followed you yet? Do I have before it's too late? Like, is ever going to say, you got 4 posts left, guys? Yeah, right? I mean, he's got 260,000 followers. That's pretty epic. I'm not going to lie. I like the idea of him, though, being like, if you follow me now, it's too late. You might as well just not, because the bull run's already started and you missed out. All right, we got bar chart. Procter & Gamble forms a death cross for the first time in more than 12 months. The last one sent shares falling more than 18% over the next 9 months. I like that 18% is a lot in the stock market. They're like, 18%? I'm down like 99% on my altcoins. I'm sitting here like, I don't think I can go much lower, right? It can definitely go much lower. It can go so much lower. It's insane how much lower it can go. Oh, are we missing the Trump conference? Shoot. Let's see. Where is the Trump conference? He was supposed to give a conference in a half hour. It's definitely been a half hour, am I right? Trump speaking after shooting. White House Correspondence Center. Okay, we got it here. Okay, it's muted. I'm bringing it over here. Let me get the headphones on. Let's get ready. Interesting. Okay, so we got Secret Service all up there, I'm assuming. That guy's got a cute little platform. He's about to talk. Ladies and gentlemen, please shut the hell up. And let me change the speaker. And, oh, can I not change the speaker? Oh, no. Oh, no. What have I done? Sorry, guys. My stuff's all messed up. I gotta go down here. Oh, okay. Wait, no. I'm making it up. Okay. Where are we? Okay, here we go. All right. All right, I'm going to unmute it. And I'm going to unmute the tab. Okay. All right, let's see. Lunar said, you miss every bull run. He starts a new one each post. Right. That's true. That's true. You can't compare junk alts to pension-backed companies. I feel like you can. Playfan said, I just watched the replay of the press conference. Trump just said he's starting a Bitcoin reserve immediately before he gets shot. Did he really? What do you mean a replay? Did we miss it? Okay, we got some, like, white coat doctor guy up there. Alright, yeah, I think we're still waiting. Okay. I guess let me know if he pops on. I don't want to miss it. We've got Procter & Gamble, we talked about. Foreign private investors now own more U.S. treasuries than foreign central banks for the first time in history. That's pretty epic. And we got our coin confessions for the evening. Alright, hang on. Here we go. I made money and withdrew in January. I am so glad I didn't come back. Life was busy and I literally dodged a effing bullet. This is the way to do it, man. Now, I'm not of the... I don't believe that you should fully exit ever. I think that fully exiting is insane. But taking profits is so important. It's so important. Even if it's small, man. If you 10x, like $100 or $1,000, take some profits. 10x is a big deal. Coin confessions. Could have retired many times over had I put money to the side, but instead I stayed and gambled away 7 figures. I've lost more money in a day than anyone else in my family will ever make for the rest of their lives. That's freaking crazy. Flatfan said, no guys, it's over already, he said, by Cookie Dow. Went through a long depression phase at the start of the year and lost so much money in the past 6 months trying to recover. Bag held spot all the way down here. Could have been set for life if I just walked away. I mean, lessons learned, man, lessons learned. Those are the lessons that the people that actually retired learned the bull market before the one that they took profit in. Patrick Webb. Breaking. The Pentagon is expected to begin declassifying all records related to UFOs and extraterrestrial life via the domain aliens.gov at the direction of President Trump. Pretty cool. This was really funny. I'm not going to play the audio, but this guy went to go and get popcorn from a Tesla robot at the Tesla restaurant. And he pulls it back. And he gives it to him. And then the robot fills it up. And then when he goes to give it back, he doesn't do it. And then he goes and he's like, oh. And then he's like, oh. I thought that was pretty good. If that's not a dude like in a suit controlling that, that's pretty epic. Like if that's actually just a robot with artificial intelligence, that's awesome. Raw news alert, the Pentagon has announced that they are expected to begin declassifying records related to UFOs and potential extraterrestrial life through a dedicated domain aliens.gov following direction from President Donald Trump. Yeah, waterfly declassify UFO equal island directory files release quietly, right? U.S. President Trump evacuated from the White House Correspondents' Dinner by Secret Service. Yeah, this is the one that I watched with the kitted up dudes getting up on the stage. Crazy stuff, man. At least they actually got, like, qualified Secret Service now. Still no Trump. We got this guy up there on his little box, his little soapbox. We got alleged UFO videos filmed over Nellis Air Force Base in Nevada, USA on April 19th. Whoa, no freaking way. Is this real? That's crazy. Holy shit. Wow. That's pretty epic. You know what kind of cracks me up? I guess maybe you can see it. I would like to see what a drone looks like under like a thermal imaging camera, because they always show these UFOs and they're like, there's no propulsion. But if it's not like a gas-fired propulsion kind of jet engine situation, if it's just like a propeller, like a drone, would you really be able to see propulsion or not? Like, am I crazy for thinking that? I don't know, something to think about. Okay, we're still waiting. People are holding up little white blocks. Good for them. We got this crazy UFO footage that may or may not be real. Looks pretty sick, though. If it's real, that's pretty epic. There's like a whole ocean liner up in the sky. That's the Titanic, bro. That's the... what is it called? The whatever of the seas. Representative Tim Burchett suggests a possible sinister conspiracy involving missing UFO scientists and researchers may actively be unfolding per Daily Mail. I mean, they've been saying that for like a month now. When are they actually going to do something about it? Trump ushered out, and footage as Trump rushed from the stage. Crazy stuff. Is this guy talking yet? Is he pulling out a pack of smokes? No? What's he doing, dude? Pull your pants up, you sicko. Put your dick away. Bro? Is your dick out? I would be kicked out of these events so fast. I would be kicked out so fast. Is your dick out? His dick's out. Oh my gosh. Stupid. Oh, he traded spaces with that guy. That's a little sus. I would never be able to be president, man. I would be so paranoid. I'd be like, are you actually Secret Service? Do you guys know him? What's your name? Are you new? Oh. Okay. Are we just gonna sit here and watch this? What are we waiting for? Guy leans into the microphone softly, says, nice cock. Alright. I don't want to check Mario. He's such a snoop. Okay, let's see. We asked Grok, what's the big deal with Bitcoin options? It's a real market dynamic, but often overhyped as the big event on crypto Twitter. More short-term noise than reliable catalyst for massive moves. Quick mechanics, why expirations matter at all. Options basics, these are derivatives giving the right, not obligation, to buy, call, or sell put Bitcoin at any strike price by expiry. Huge open interest builds up, often 5 to 10 billion plus notional for monthlies, sometimes 20 billion plus for quarterlies / year ends. What happens at expiry? Usually 8 a.m. UTC on the last Friday of the month, or specific dates for weeklies, quarterlies. Contracts settle, cash settled on Deribit. You get paid the difference in Bitcoin or USD equivalent. Traders unwind, close winning / losing bets, roll positions, or let them expire worthless. Market makers, dealers hedge. They sell most options to retail, institutional, and stay delta neutral by trading spot Bitcoin or futures as expiry nears gamma. How fast delta changes forces them to buy, sell more aggressively, amplifying small moves into bigger ones. Gamma squeeze up or forced selling down. Pinning / max pain effect. Price often gets pulled toward the strike with the highest OI. Max pain. Oh, great. I'm sorry? Uh-oh. Okay.
This is an NBC News special report. Here's Tom
I don't want to get copyright strike. Hello.
Out of Washington, D.C. President Trump is about to speak at the White House after shots were fired just outside the White House Correspondents' Dinner tonight, forcing the president and other top administration officials to
so they're just straight up interrupting.
Hilton. The president was attending the event for the first time as president alongside members of the press.
Okay, this is nothing burger. I'm not gonna. Do we want to hear this?
The shooter is in custody, and that the First Lady, the Vice President, and all cabinet members are in, quote, perfect condition. The Secret Service is now investigating the shooting incident. The president is about to speak. When he does, we will bring that to you live. You can see right there in the briefing room as we await the president to come in. You'll notice I'm in a tuxedo, and that is because we raced from the Washington Hilton here to our studios in Washington, D.C. This is a very
unusual night. Is NBC press? I don't know anything about NBC, honestly. This is the only one that popped up. Should I find another one? We don't have Agenda Free's not on right now. He's like literally this is the one time that he's not available. Trump evacuated live now from Fox. We got CNBC as well. Is that better? Sarcasm. I actually genuinely don't know. Do we want CNBC or WCNC, which apparently is NBC? This is what a mess, dude. I'm glad I'm not involved in this news people thing. That sounds like such a nightmare. Okay, is he talking? White man said in curiosity, oh no, watch this guy be Iranian. Right. Okay, so this is CNBC is definitely on a delay versus NBC. Are they not affiliated? Is CNBC just like a bigger or smaller version of NBC? They have the same letters. JJ Logic. News is a product, remains skeptical. Oh, 100%. The politics are a product at this point, you know? I do enjoy tuxedo news, though. Tuxedo news is pretty epic. All right, Grok basically gave us a rundown. You're right, nothing dramatic often happens. It's mostly a nothing burger. Bottom line, it's not pure fear-mongering. The mechanics are legitimate and worth watching if you're trading short-term. Okay, so nobody actually gives a crap. All right, let's get a clean slate. Lunar said, ask Grok what happened with PHL variable. Do you want to give me more detailed, or do you want me to just ask that? What happened with PHL variable? CNBC is the Communist National Broadcasting Corporation. Bob Franklin out here dropping. Well, I probably shouldn't say that word right now. Just dropping mics, I'll just say. Tell me that broadcast ain't AI, right? The Zoom. Wait till the Nutella comes floating across the screen. White House Correspondents' Dinner from Artemis 3. All right. right, let's see. Do we have any more Kobayashi letter updates? Where? Here we go. Waterfly said the B word. Bomb, yes, bomb. Dropping bombs. I was joking. Dropping bombs. At least I didn't say shots fired. You don't want to say bombs. You'd be surprised, Waterfly, what gets you flagged on YouTube. You'd be very surprised. I love how people taking selfies and stuff. It's so goofy. It's so goofy to me. Anytime I'm watching the news or something and I see some idiot and they're like, you look so silly. I don't know. Live in the moment, man. I take dumb pictures too. Who am I like? Who am I trying to convince? Lunar said the shooter was Cuban. My guess, conveniently. I think it'd be funny if he was like Chinese. Has there ever been like a Chinese shooter? Is that a thing? Is that a stupid question? If it was a knife, we could say that they're from like London or something. Is that too much? Is that too far? I don't know. My humor's broken. Excuse me. All right, Kobayashi letter 2026 has been historic. Permanent portfolios on track to gain the permanent portfolio 26% in 2026, the best annual return since 1993. Maybe a she. That would be interesting if a woman was trying to take some folks out. I feel like a woman would be more successful because the guys always got to talk about it. They got to tell everybody. They got to tell their girlfriend on like Discord. They're like, I'm going to commit a crime. Here are the exact details. And I'm not doing it for another 6 months. So everyone has plenty of time to read this and prepare. Whereas the woman would just do it. They'd be like, we found zero evidence. Everyone would be convinced that it was like bullshit. Because the chick would have zero like prior. She would be able to claim like insanity or something. They would not be able to prove that it was premeditated. Women are spooky, man. Women are spooky. This comes portfolios up 8% year to date with commodities. Bull market and commodities is fueling alternative portfolios. Wow. President Trump has been evacuated from the White House Correspondents' Center after multiple gunshots were heard in the event's ballroom. Dang, where's he at now? The shooter in the ballroom of the White House Correspondents' Center has been confirmed dead. President Trump and J.D. Vance have been evacuated from the event. Shooter was in the hotel lobby, not the ballroom. Who said the shooter was in the ballroom? Oh, shooter in the ballroom. Okay, that's fair. Fair community note. Where the hell is the president? Did they check these people? Do they have the way of like a proper perimeter established? I feel like this happens so often, man. Why is this so frequent now? President's got to walk around in like a suit of armor. Breaking. President Trump releases a statement after shots fired at White House Correspondents' Dinner. Wonder if Trump pooped himself? Probably not. He didn't even know what the hell was going on. They were like showing him a magic trick. He was sitting there probably trying not to fall asleep. He's like, wow. All right. Quite an evening in D.C. Secret Service and law enforcement did a fantastic job. They acted quickly and bravely. The shooter has been apprehended, and I have recommended that we let the show go on, but will entirely be guided by law enforcement. They will make a decision shortly. Regardless of that decision, the evening will be much different than planned, and we'll just plain have to do it again. President Donald J. Trump. They already found the manifesto? No freaking way. No way. Did they really? She's got it right here. I have the manifesto. Oh, man. All right, let me refresh on my X feed. Let's see what I can find. There's a dude just eating. Yeah, the old people that the correspondents did not give a shit. They were just chilling, man. The suspect in the White House Correspondents' Dinner shooting has been identified as 31-year-old Cole Thomas Allen of Torrance, California. Video emerged of someone on the ground. Secret Service agents inside the Hilton believed to be alleged shooter taken into custody. They're confirmed dead. Oh, here he is.
With the First Lady, let's listen in.
Yeah, shut the hell up, brother.
That was very unexpected, but incredibly acted upon by Secret Service and law enforcement, and This was an event dedicated to freedom of speech that was supposed to bring together members of both parties with members of the press. And in a certain way it did, because the fact that they just unified, I saw a room that was just totally unified. It was in one way very beautiful, a very beautiful thing to see. A man charged a security checkpoint armed with multiple weapons, and he was taken down by some very brave members of Secret Service, and they acted very quickly and have just released, for purposes of transparency, clarity, I've ordered it to be put out. You probably have it by now. Put out on Truth and put out on many other platforms. A tape showing the violence of this thug that attacked our Constitution, and also showing how quickly Secret Service and law enforcement acted on our country's behalf. Really did a great job. One officer was shot, but saved by the fact that he was wearing obviously a very good bulletproof vest. He was shot from very close distance with a very powerful gun, and the vest did the job. I just spoke to the officer, and he's doing great. He's in great shape. He is has very high spirits, and we told him we love him and respect him, and he's a very proud guy. He's very proud of what he does, Secret Service agent. And we looked at all of the conditions that took place tonight, and I will say, you know, it's not a particularly secure building. And
it's a hotel.
I didn't want to say this, but this is why we have to have all of the attributes of what we're planning at the White House. It's actually a larger room, and it's much more secure. It's drone-proof, it's bulletproof glass. We need the ballroom. That's why Secret Service, that's why the military are demanding it. They've wanted the ballroom for 150 years for lots of different reasons, but today
they wanted the drone-proof ballroom 150 years ago.
Today, we need levels of security that probably nobody's ever seen before. But everyone owes a tremendous debt of gratitude to the courage of law enforcement, the law enforcement, and working with the D.C. police. And we just spoke with the mayor. And when we're finished, the police chief is going to take over and discuss it also from their viewpoint.
Got Vance out of there faster than Trump.
They also performed exactly as they were supposed to. And you see the attacker in different positions, but you also see the attacker totally subdued and under control. So as you know, this is not the first time in the past couple of years that our republic has been attacked.
They broke his arm. Damn!
Who sought to kill in Butler, Pennsylvania, less than 2 years ago. You all know that story. And in Palm Beach, Florida, a few months after that, we came close. We really had, again, we had some great work done by law enforcement.
Who wrote this speech?
But in light of this evening's events, I ask that all Americans recommit with their hearts in resolving our difference peacefully. We have to.
What is going on with the purple?
We have to resolve our differences. I will say, you had Republicans, Democrats, Independents, Conservatives, Liberals, and Progressives. Those words are interchangeable, perhaps, but maybe they're not. But yet everybody
why is his shirt off?
Big crowd, record-setting crowd.
That is weird.
Record-setting group of people, and there was a tremendous amount of love and coming together. I watched, and I was very, very impressed by that. But First Lady and I were taken very well care of, very quickly rushed off the stage. Vice President J.D. Vance, who's here, was likewise.
Did Trump fall?
Beautifully done.
I think Trump fell down.
Quickly, everybody acted, law enforcement, Secret Service in particular in this case, but law enforcement. Marco had the same thing. Pete was there. Pete didn't want any help. He didn't want anybody to help him. He doesn't want anybody to help him, but he did get some, didn't you? And I think you also said that it was very impressive. So with that, I'd like to ask Todd Blanche to come up, say a few words, and tell you it's already underway.
Watch this. Vance gone.
Has been captured.
Trump's still over here.
They're going to his apartment. I guess he lives in California.
They get over
he's
there.
A sick person, a very sick
They're
person.
waiting. Trump.
And we don't want things like
Down.
this to happen. I think it's very important that I say, though,
fell.
and I told the representatives of the
They
evening,
pushed his
did
ass
such
on the
a
ground. That's
beautiful
messed
job,
up.
Such a beautiful evening.
Is he
And
good?
again, they're talking about free speech in our Constitution.
And then they got
That's what it's all about,
all
not
these
just,
armored. These
White
guys
House
were just ready.
correspondence. It was really based on free speech in our Constitution. But I said very importantly that
it's kind of weird.
We'll do it again within the next 30 days, and we'll make it bigger and better and even nicer. So I just want to thank everybody that was involved. I also want to thank the press, the media. You've been very responsible in your coverage. I will say I've been seeing what's
Okay, yeah,
been out.
Flight
You've been
Dan said
very
search for
responsible.
best bomb
So, Todd
protocol.
Blanche,
That
I'd
actually
like
makes
to say
sense.
a few words, and then we're going to have cash. And then you're going to go on. We can ask, I guess we can take a couple of questions. I want to thank the First Lady for, that was a rather traumatic experience for her. There was a lot of action taking place up there very quickly. But again, the response time was really incredible. And we're
That's
going to
fair,
reschedule.
yeah,
We're
Flight
going
Fan.
to do it
I guess
again.
that makes a little bit of
We're
sense.
not going to let anybody take over our society. We're not going to cancel things out because we can't do that.
We're just
We
gonna have
wanted
police
to say
military
tonight, I will
everywhere.
tell you, I fought like hell to stay, but they there was protocol. They said, "Please, sir," because they didn't know there was a lot of action going on, and they didn't know could there be probably a lone shooter, but we'll find out. We'll find out very quickly. They have it very well under control. So
What about the
I
guy
wanna
that
thank
pushed
everybody very
Trump on
much.
the ground?
Todd Blanche, please.
Like they threw his ass
Thank you very
down.
much, Mr. President. Tonight you saw the very worst and the very best of this country. You saw the very worst by the actions of that coward that the president just talked about. But you also saw the very best because you saw law enforcement do exactly what they're supposed to do. And you'll see the videos come out, I expect, very shortly. And you'll see law enforcement do exactly what we want them to do. And so I echo what President Trump just said, that we are extraordinarily grateful and appreciative of the men and women of law enforcement that did their jobs tonight, including one who was injured. This investigation is ongoing. I expect you will see charges filed shortly.
No shit.
The charges should be self-evident.
Charge the shit out of the dead guy, okay.
But as you'll hear, there will be multiple charges surrounding the shooting, around the possession of firearms, and anything else that we can get on this guy. The investigation is obviously ongoing and just started. There is federal law enforcement already working on search warrants and doing their job, and I don't want to get ahead of them and don't want to get ahead of the work that they're doing even as we speak. Director Patel and I were just on the crime scene a short while ago, and everybody in this room should rest assured that the Metropolitan Police Department, the FBI, Secret Service, everybody's on the scene doing their job.
Damn.
I know that the police chief is going to give an update from the scene as soon as we're finished here, and I obviously will lead the details of what they have learned to him. But in the meantime, I just
they
want to
set
thank,
this up so they didn't have to say we don't have the clear to act past yet.
And I want to thank President Trump for his words, and I promise you, justice will be served. Thank you.
Justice will be served to the dead man.
Thank you, General. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, General.
The President's absolutely right. You saw the best resolve of American law enforcement because you, Mr. President, inspire them 24/7, 365. You give them the resources that they need, and they know that you have their back. And that is a changing dynamic in this country, and that's why you saw brave Secret Service agents respond immediately, swiftly, subdue and take down the suspect, and safeguard the lives of thousands of individuals at that hotel. Thanks to our interagency partnership with the Department of Homeland Security and the Metropolitan Police Department, the FBI was rapidly deployed onto the scene, took over the evidence response unit, is examining all the ballistics that were found on scene to include the long gun and the shell casings. We are conducting witness interviews as we speak. You will hear from our team on the scene there with the mayor and the FBI field division there. But please know what the Attorney General has just said reigns no truer. You saw the very best of America tonight. The very best unite us at a time of uncertainty because we have leadership here with the President and the Vice President that backs law enforcement, and the men and women that I shook their hands on the scene today could not have been prouder to show up on scene. And as the Attorney General said,
about to cry. He kind of sounds like he's about to cry.
Witness interviews. If you have any information whatsoever related to this event, 1-800-CALL-FBI. 1-800-CALL-FBI. No piece of information is too small. No piece of information is inadequate. We will evaluate it all. We will also be conducting interviews of those that were there.
Cash Patel he's like your typical
please come forward to law enforcement or the FBI or Metropolitan Police Department. We will be examining this individual's background thoroughly. That process has already started, and we are going to ensure that he was either a lone wolf actor or anyone else that was responsible. We will analyze all evidence immediately to make sure that we safeguard this country. Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, thank you.
Cash Patel sounds he's like somebody that would be in The Hangover. He's like, we were going to ensure that he was a one-man wolf pack.
Okay, we'll do a couple and then we go to the chief. Madam Chairman, I just want to say you did a fantastic job. What a beautiful evening, and we're going to reschedule.
God, Trump just always goes for the ladies, man.
It's tough for her to ask a killer question, right? But you have done a fantastic job. Please.
Mr. President, I appreciate it. As you mentioned, it all happened so quickly, and I wonder, especially because unfortunately you have experience with these sorts of threats, in that moment when you realized there was a threat and service agents were telling us to get down, can you describe what was going through your mind, how you were feeling in that moment?
That's a very good question, actually. It's always shocking when something like this happens. Happened to me a little bit, and that never changes.
There goes the purple again.
In fact, we were sitting right next to each other, First Lady on my right, and I heard a noise and sort of thought it was a tray. I thought it was a tray going down. I've heard that many times, and it was a pretty loud noise. And it was from quite far away. He hadn't breached the area at all. They really got him. But so it was quite far away, but it was a gun. And some people really understood that pretty quickly. Other people didn't. I was watching to see what was happening. Probably should have gone down even faster. Melania was very cognizant, I think, of what happened. I think she knew. I mean,
she knew?
What happened. She was saying,
they're like, what?
That's a bad noise. And we were whisked away along with other people, but we were really whisked away.
Dude, J.D. Vance
the performance
disappeared.
Of the Secret Service and the police, all of the law enforcement, I thought was really good. So it was very quick. There wasn't a lot of time to be thinking, because it was a matter of seconds before we were out the door and gone into an area. We very much, and you wanted to too, we very much wanted to continue.
Ripped out, disappeared.
Like to let these sick people, these thugs, these horrible,
this guy comes over, mounts the table.
Change the fabric of our lives, change the course
they pull
of
him
what
up,
we do.
And then
so we held out. You were
boom,
there,
hits the deck.
Until the end.
Knocked his ass over.
Take a chance, and I understand there was protocol.
Calm down,
but,
brother.
We're going to be doing one hopefully within the next 30 days or sooner, and I am ready, willing, and able. And I was all set to really rip it. And I said to my people, this would be the most inappropriate speech ever made if I said one. So I'll have to save it. I don't know if I could ever be as rough as I was going to be tonight. I think I'm going to be probably very nice. I'll be very boring the next time, but we're going to have a great event. And you did a fantastic job. Thank you very much. Peter, go ahead.
Yeah, Blake Ben for real.
Trump, there's a report in the New York Post that this assailant assembled his weapon somewhere on site at the hotel. What do you think about that? And I ask respectfully, why do you think this keeps happening to you?
Well, you know, I've studied assassinations, and I must tell you, the most impactful people, the people that do the most, you take a look at...
That is actually true.
People, Abraham Lincoln, I mean, you go through the people that have gone through this, where they got them, but the people that do the most, the people that make the biggest impact, they're the ones that they go after.
Yeah.
They don't go after the ones that don't do much because they like it that way. And when you look at the people that have either...
The biggest impact is change.
Or a successful attempt, they're very impactful.
He studied, yeah, he studied for this.
Take a look at the names here, the big names. And I hate to say I'm honored by that, but...
Choreography.
We've done a lot. We've taken this country and
when we were rehearsing for this
stock for years, and now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. We've changed this country, and there are a lot of people that are not happy about that. So I think that's the answer, Peter.
And after Butler, your team for a while rethought outdoor events.
Change hurts. People don't like change, man.
No, well, but then you just don't do
With this guy specifically asking questions that does feel staged. He's like, I heard that the guy assembled his gun. Why do you think this keeps happening to
He
you?
from 50 yards away, so he was very far away from the room.
And what did you think when you saw the video of how fast he was running?
He was moving. He was really moving.
I didn't see a
And the
video of how
reaction
fast he
time
was moving.
great. Boy, those guys, they had their guns drawn. Literally, by the time he was there, they were shooting.
That's how it should be.
I thought they were very impressive. And if I didn't, I'd let you know. I'm not going to be. I would not stand for that. No, I thought they were very impressive.
Thank you, President Trump, and thank you for updating us on the suspect earlier. Were you aware of any threats? Was your team aware of any threats beforehand? And do you believe you were the target of this tonight?
I guess. I mean, these people they're crazy. They're crazy, and you never know. He was very far away from me. He had to go through a lot. We had resources all over. We had resources sitting at tables, literally in disguise, sitting maybe at your table. Who knows? But we had people all over the room, so he had a long way to go. That was really a first line of defense, and they got him.
Whoa!
And they really, they acted incredibly. No, we've had no. There was no notification. We had no idea. Go ahead, Kevin.
Do you know any political motivations from this?
Well, you never know. We'll be able to tell you that maybe by tomorrow or the next day. He's in custody, and they're asking him a lot of questions. I guess they're going over, Todd, and they're already at his apartment. He lives in California. Yes, sir. And they're over there, so they'll be able.
Did he have his license on him? How did they find it so fast?
President Trump, did the suspect say anything, or was he wearing anything that would allege some type of motive here?
Nothing. No, I mean he was a guy who looked pretty evil when he was down. They had him down. He was fighting hard. He was in my opinion, a sick person. Who would do that but a sick person? But I think you're going to find everything about him. No reason to talk about it now. But tomorrow at this time, long before this time, you're going to know a lot of things about him. They seem to think he was a lone wolf, and I feel that too.
Are you concerned about U.S. Secret Service protection ability? We saw several of the detailees.
Oh, I think he was completely new.
No, they acted very quickly. No, I was very impressed by Secret Service. I mean, I'm the one, and Mark Wayne, you would agree with that, I think.
Yeah, I think they took all of his clothes off.
Would complain. You don't have to complain for me. I would be complaining. I'd be up here right now saying they didn't do their job.
This one still cracks me up.
Believe me.
They literally dumped Trump on the ground.
I want to live.
He was going a little too fast.
This country great. That's why I want to live. But when you're impactful, they go after you. When you're not impactful, they leave you alone. Okay, a couple of more.
That's why everybody leaves Cash Patel alone. He's not impactful.
This shooting could have been linked to the war in Iran.
Yeah, Lunar. They know.
Think so?
They're already at his apartment.
We're going to know a lot. We have the best people in the world working on it, and we're going to know a lot. Please.
Mr. President, there's a lot. There's you, as well as some of us who have covered Butler, experienced another horrific day 2 years ago.
Yeah.
What felt similar? You had the First Lady with you today. What felt different? And you have another 2+
31-year-old
years in
Cole
office.
Thomas
Are you
Allen.
concerned about something like this happening
Well, I
again?
can't be concerned. I can only get great people. They did the job, in my opinion, a much better job than Butler. Butler had one weak spot that we all know about. Somebody should have been up there. But even Butler, we had our sniper on our side within 4.2 seconds from a distance of about 400 yards, one shot, and he was gone.
That's pretty epic.
Now, he's David. His name was David. I say, hello, David, every time I see him. David, I like you very much, David. But think of that. Now, if he doesn't hit him, and he hit him right between the eyes from 400 yards without any notice, nobody knew. He heard a sound.
He was a teacher.
He looked over, and there was actually a tree that was somewhat in his way. You know the story very well. And he aimed, he fired, and if he didn't do that, beyond me, you would have had a lot more people killed. We lost one great person and 2 people very badly hurt. They're okay now. But no, that was so. In a sense, that was pretty amazing the job they did. But they did have that one weak spot, as you know. They should have had that covered. Tonight they had everything covered very quickly, and he was fast. He was running full blast, and they got
400
him,
yards
before they got any further. I was very far away. You know, he hadn't anywhere close to breached the doors of the ballroom. The ballroom was sealed, and everybody in there. That's why once those doors opened, they didn't want to do tonight. If the doors weren't opened, we could have probably done it tonight.
Damn, dude, this
I think
guy.
We're much better off rescheduling. Yep.
This guy, dude, you ran right past him. Who? Which one's the one that got shot?
As well. What is the level of confidence that,
He was
that
fast
this was
as
a
fuck,
lone
boy.
actor? And has the suspect made any statements to police while in custody?
Yeah, I think it's just it's not my profession. We have great professionals up here and outside that have been working with us. My impression is he was a lone wolf, whack job. These are crazy people. These are crazy people, and they have to be dealt with. We had that in the second attempt, as you know, and he's spending life in prison. Because if you let him out, they'll probably, if he serves 10 years or 15 years, you let him out, he'll probably try it again with somebody else. They're sick people. We have a lot of sick people. But you're going to know, I think very shortly, you're going to know, Todd, a lot about him. You're going to know a lot about him. Yeah, a couple of more. Yeah, please, go ahead.
Are you concerned about political violence? This could be politically motivated.
All violence. I'm concerned about everything. Look, but I can't be so concerned that you can't function. No, I'm here. It's a dangerous profession. You know, I tell the story. Race car drivers, I think it's very dangerous. So if you take 1% and then take about 10% of 1%, just to break it down very easily, they die. So much less than 1%, 10% of 1%. I think bull riding is very dangerous. If you take about the same 10% of 1%, much less than 1%, but if you take presidents, it's 5.8%, and about 8% are shot at. So nobody told me this was such a dangerous profession. If Marco would have told me, maybe I wouldn't have run. Maybe I would have said, I'll take a pass. No, it's a dangerous profession, but I don't view it that way. Look, I'm here to do a job. As part of the job.
Oh yeah, the internet's gonna go crazy with all this
I
footage.
can't imagine that there's any profession that's more dangerous.
88 said the internet sleuth find shit
of the
fast,
job we've
eh?
done.
I
You
thought
see
he
what's
got further
happening.
than I
We have a great
expected.
country.
Yeah, he got really far.
I think the most
Protect
successful,
Vance
the
first makes you wonder.
hottest country
Exactly,
anywhere in the world.
dude. They
This
got
happened
Vance
over
out of there
a period of
so fast.
Just a year.
Look at this.
And we're gonna do
Grab
great
him
things,
and
but
rip him out of
with
there.
that comes
Vance was like
risks.
already
There's no
down.
question
He was
about
like
it.
already scooted back. They literally just pulled him out of there.
Political violence, not just aimed at yourself, but at other members of Congress, state house speakers, you name it. Is that just the cost of doing business to do politics in America anymore?
Yeah, well,
what does that say about our country?
Yeah, Waterfly. There's too many big armed
There's great
dudes
violence
for
with
this
all
to not have
countries. I
been
was
prepared for
talking to
this.
somebody from another country today, and they have numerous assassinations of political figures all over the world. You look at South America, it's like some of the numbers are just horrific. It's dangerous. It's dangerous stuff, whether it's here or someplace else. No country is immune. No country. Good question.
Possible to turn that temperature down at this point?
Well, probably if I decided to just
Send money to
not
everybody.
do much, if I let everybody rip us off and take advantage of us. Look, we're leading the world in trade now. We're leading the world in the military. We're the greatest military in the world. I rebuilt it in my first term, and now we use it because we have no choice. We can't let, as an example, Iran, we can't let them get a nuclear weapon. Everything will be peanuts compared to that if they ever were given a nuclear weapon, and they'd use it too.
Okay.
Marco and I were talking about it today. They would use it without even hesitation.
Yeah, Vance
We
is
can't do
definitely
that.
next in line.
It was a shame.
Just
I
Dance
said,
Vance.
Oh boy,
They like the
look at
memes.
numbers. We just broke 50,000 in the Dow. We just broke 7,000 in the S&P. They said we couldn't do it in 7 years, in 5 years, 4 years. They were saying maybe in 5 or 6 years.
Now do crypto
And
next.
we did it in 1 year. And I called everybody together. I called all of these people and others, and I said, we have to take a little journey. I say to do this. We just had the great number. We just broke 50,000. Wasn't supposed to happen during my term. Wasn't reachable. We did it in 1 year, and I said, we're going to have to make a journey to Iran. They're going to have a nuclear weapon if we don't do it. We had the B-2 bombers. I terminated in the first term the Obama agreement, the Iran
there we go,
nuclear agreement,
50K down.
There
Yep.
was a road to a nuclear weapon. They would have used it. They would have used it 100%.
You can almost tell who'll be president based on social media traction and memetics.
I guess
Yep.
I'd be a lot less of a target, but I'm honored to be. Okay,
They present us with all these people, and then everyone they like Vance. Give them Vance.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, President Trump. Thank you, President Trump. Do you know how the gun was brought into the hotel? And also, how does this event impact you as the leader of our country? Do you think it will change your
I
leadership?
like not to think about it. I lead a pretty normal life, considering it's a dangerous life. I think I handle it as well as it can be handled. I think a lot of other people, you read stories where they become basket cases. To be honest with you, I'm not a basket case.
Because he's seen crazier shit, probably.
Take it as it is. I do it for the country. I'm not doing it.
We've
for
read the
anything.
files,
I have
Don.
a first lady who's doing a terrific job. She loves the country, and she recognizes
She loves the country
it better than anybody. She's told me numerous times. She said, "You are in a dangerous job." But that goes along with her, too. I mean, it's dangerous for her, too. We sat there tonight. We heard that noise, and
oh, that's
it
a
was
scary
either a tray
noise.
or a bullet. I was hoping it was a tray.
I want
but
to
it
drink.
wasn't.
He's sweating.
And
right.
Again, we had some very
He's
brave people
probably got
doing
one
a
on his
great
wrist,
job,
so it
we're
looks like
very
he's
proud of
talking.
them
He's
and
probably
happy
like.
with them. I just want to thank everybody. They will be able to give you all that information as to.
It's like dripping down his mouth.
The names and everything else. I think we released the names already. Most of you would have it, but his name.
Whoa, flight ban! I didn't even think of that.
So many tuxedos and beautiful dresses. It was a little different evening than we thought, but we're going to do it again, and we have a great chairman who we're so proud of, and we have to make it better. We'll make it safer, I guess, right? But we're going to make it even better. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
About how impactful this was. Can we hear from her about?
Well, honey, would you want to say something?
Okay.
Oh my God, there he is. Look at him. He's like a little baby.
In fact, watching you, you demonstrated courageous leadership, and thank God you're alive. All of us are alive today. What is the message that you want to give to the world that this should change? What corrective measures can we take from here on?
Well,
I think they would allow it, Waterfly.
Look, I don't care how many people you have, how good they are. They can be the greatest people. You have the greatest security in history. If you have a whack job who's got a brain, but it's a little bit distorted or a lot distorted, they can make trouble. I would say, Pete, right? They can make trouble. Some of these people are of genius level IQ, and they're nuts. So it can be trouble. So you do absolutely the best. You get the best. We have the best people. Well, look, it was proven tonight. He started running from 50 yards, and he was fast. He was like a blur on tape. He was moving. It was very impressive the way they got him.
I do
A lot of
enjoy.
people would be looking and saying,
Yeah, I like that this
like
footage is from
a weird
when,
feeling. And they
like,
would let him get
when
through, but they
film
didn't
was
let him
first
get through.
created. This is
They
from
drew
like
those guns so fast. They looked like Matt Dillon. They looked like somebody that knew what they were doing. What do we do? But it comes with the territory.
Oh,
If you
he
wanna do a
can't?
great job,
What?
I really believe that. And you take a look at what's happened to some of our greatest presidents, and it doesn't happen to people that
Okay.
don't do anything. And it's not going to deter me from winning the war in Iran. I don't know if that had anything to do with it. I really don't think so, based on what we know.
Okay,
But,
I understand. I understand.
We're going to continue to do a great job. That's all I can do. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, he's done.
We've just been listening to the president speak after shots.
Dude, J.D. Vance, his little face. Look at his little face. He's so proud. All right. How do I fucking split this shit back up? All right. So that was it. Donald Trump talked. He can't run as VP, apparently. That's crazy. I didn't know that. I had no idea. My Ring doorbell has better footage. Yeah, Ryan. Exactly, dude. Exactly. He went Naruto running past the Secret Service. Dude, that was crazy. I was not expecting that tonight. Crazy, crazy stuff coming out the boring-ass White House Correspondents' Dinner. Oh, man. Flight Fan said, you guys are so dumb. Patel is wearing those fake glasses with opened eyes. Yeah. Yeah. It's actually really good. I've never seen him with glasses on, really. He's got the glasses with the eyes on it. It's actually... That's good. That was a good one. Oh, man. Ryan said, my ring Norbell has Cash Patel is going to be cashing his checks. His last check. That bitch fired. You think so? I mean, do we think that this teacher is sitting there in like his Snapchat group where he's like, I'm gonna go try to shoot the president today, you know, what? Like, I don't know. I don't know, man. I think what blows my mind the most is the teacher, the recent teacher that was on Snapchat with her friends, and she was like, should I shoot this kid? Some stupid thing. The kid like shut off her computer, and she's like, this kid shut off my computer. It's so mad. Should I shoot him? Something dumb. She said it was a joke. That's not something to joke about. She's in jail now for being an idiot on Snapchat. The only reason they caught her is because apparently Snapchat, I don't know, sent the message to the police or the FBI, and the FBI was like, hey, there's some creepy, like, there's a teacher needs to be arrested. And what if I said fake glasses with eyes painted on? It's hilarious. That is really good. And I don't know. It's just it's weird to me that like these people, like the first shooting where Trump's piece of ear got shot off. Apparently that guy had a whole conversation with his girlfriend on like Discord, and he was like, "I'm gonna go do this crime, this domestic terrorism," and everyone was like, "That's fine." Like nobody cared. They just let it happen, and then they were like, we read his messages, but we didn't think he was serious. Like, what's going on there? But they arrest a teacher for talking about a kid? I'm calling bullshit. Teachers are losing it. For real, actually, I didn't even think about that. Whoa! I didn't even think about the implications of that. Wow! Teachers are kind of losing it. Have we Googled the guy's name yet? No, we have not. His name is... What is his name? Cole Thomas Allen. I mean, it's going to be all nonstop junk. Shooting suspect apprehended. Fox News, suspect shooter, 31-year-old. Attempted shooter, White House Correspondents' Dinner. Video circulating of the shooter at the White House. Assailant. So what I want to know, that guy, the one guy asked, it's rumored that he assembled the gun on the grounds. How the hell did they figure that out? Where did that rumor come from? This dude just comes flying around the corner. Like, did he have a gun in hand? What's the game plan here? Because I feel like you could just walk through all these people. And they, like, if you walk, they probably wouldn't give a shit. But you're running. And is he wearing red? I'm so confused. Also, do they shoot first, ask questions later? What if he was wearing a bomb vest? Would he... He probably would have exploded, am I right? That seems weird. And the footage that we have of the guy running is like the grainiest shit footage ever. I don't know. Cold-blooded. That's pretty good. That's good. Flight fan said it used to be crazy postal workers, right? They just raised their prices, though. He went Sopranos and dropped the gun, probably. Right? Flight fan said that's where... the phrase going postal comes from. Postal people were mass shooting for a time there. I thought it was just the one guy went crazy. Was there a slew of them? What a crazy night. Well, we got the potato footage that apparently is like half of it's pointing at the freaking ceiling. This guy, I'm gonna play it at regular speed. Is this regular speed? Meow. Damn. Cole thought he was fast. Secret Service drawing bullets are faster. What the hell was the footage taken on a Motorola Razr? For real. The quality of footage is the most baffling. The whole evening, the most, like, crazy batshit part of the whole evening is the quality of this footage. I feel like if the White House is doing anything, they need to fully digitize the surveillance on the property before they go there. I can't tell if they waited for the big kitted up guys or if J.D. Vance just pieced out fast as fuck boy because he's supposed to be the next president. The kitted guys is weird to me. The kid, like these guys is normal. The next guys that come in, like the fucking army dudes, that's weird. Why are these guys here? Hello? Where did these guys come from? What's up with that? It's just kind of crazy to me. Trump ate shit. Yeah, see what I mean? I think the guy behind him stepped on his heels or something. He's probably like, you're fucking pushing me, bro. Oh, man. Flight fan said Powell $4 billion budget better. Had upgraded the surveillance in that new building. Dude, the whole building better be made out of fucking HD cameras. $4 billion is crazy. Literally, the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building on the planet Earth right now, costs less than the renovations that they're doing on this fucking Powell building. And he's supposed to be responsible for our money? What the hell? Who gave that guy the checkbook? If it's that much money, demolish it, fill it with concrete, and build a new building. It'll cost like half the price. It's crazy. Cameras were installed during the Carter administration. During Reagan's first assassination attempt. Oh, man. What the hell? Crazy, crazy stuff. Yeah, that footage is the craziest part of the whole evening. All right, let's see. Do we got any more news? Alleged White House Correspondents' Dinner shooter worked at NASA. What? Is he the one that was taking out all the fucking scientists? Maybe he was going for the next one. He's a sleeper cell. A Cole Thomas Allen was an intern at NASA in 2014 working on AI models for mapping planets. He reportedly graduated from Caltech as an engineer. What's up with all the space people, bro? Sus. Super sus. Jet Propulsion Lab. What? I don't know. That is super sus. Receipts. Teacher of the month. There's a different one? What? What is this? Is there a white one? There's a white guy too? It's definitely not the white guy. Is this guy white? Maybe. I guess he could be tan. I don't know. He's got ethnic hair. It's definitely this guy. He's got the right hairline. This guy's hairline's jacked though. Damn. That's unfortunate. Anything else? Dana White was in attendance. Was he gonna? It was fucking awesome. I literally took every minute of it in. It was pretty crazy, unique experience. I mean, yeah. Erica Kirksey crying while leaving. I just want to go home. Shut up. I hate her. Man charged security checkpoint with multiple weapons. He was just kitted up. Did he have any ninja stars? I'm curious. Dramatic new video shows law enforcement with guns drawn searching for the shooter and yelling, "We have one down," as panic and confusion erupted after gunshots were heard at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. All right, let's check it. People saying swear words.
Left, downstairs. Where's it coming from? Over there. Where's it coming from? What's your crossfire? Look out!
Bro, somebody go.
I'm surprised that no one shot each other yet. This dumbass with his phone. Get the fuck down.
We got one down.
Yeah, Army's like on scene. That's weird. Why is the Army there?
What the
Oh my God. Stay down, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, stay down.
National Guard. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't understand how they don't shoot each other. I've noticed a couple of instances recently, videos like this where they're like, watch your cross. They're all yelling, watch your crossfire. What's to stop somebody? I don't want to give anybody any ideas from going in there just in a suit, walking around with a gun, watch your crossfire, and then getting to where they want to go. You know, I'm just saying that's a little sus. I don't know. It freaks me out. Got a video to prove everyone you were there, right? Got to get it on camera. Dude, the footage right here. This one's the craziest one because this is the worst footage on the planet. This was filmed on a calculator. What is this? That's so weird. I do like how they all get in formation though, and approach him after they think he's down. Isn't this door supposed to be closed? They literally open it as soon as the guy comes running through. They rip the door open. Big Rick said, what's happening? I think it's Capitol Police. Tap the like button. Yeah, guys, smash the like button. Appreciate you guys for being here. He should have tried to wear a disguise. I don't know. Apparently he was wearing nothing. I don't know what he was wearing. I don't know if this is color footage, but he does turn red here, right here. You see how he like turns red? I'm wondering if this guy shot him as soon as he ran through. Whoever this guy is deserves a fucking award. All these other idiots were standing around. This dude had his gun drawn and was firing. That's crazy. Wow. Check this out. Gun drawn. Boom. Yeah, you can see it. Watch his wrist. Let me zoom in a little bit. This is sick. Whoever this is a badass. Gun drawn. Boom. And then I think he started falling. Boom. Is that when he got hit? Was that blood that came out? Is that what that red is? It made the black and white camera color. What the hell? Yeah, I think this guy drew first blood. That's badass. Allegedly, he shot one of them. I'm wondering if maybe this guy shot this guy. You know? Or maybe he shot that guy. Maybe this guy shot that guy. It definitely looks like he ran into a crowd and like pushed them all. They all like immediately bounce away from him. I'm assuming it's because this fucking John Wick motherfucker started pulling the trigger immediately. What a badass. That dude is a legend. I wonder if he fired more than once. Did he? Boom. Boom. I think he did. I think this guy started pulling the trigger back here. Wow. Dude's just running through the lobby and he starts lighting him up. Wow. All right. Flight fan said turned red, knew it, reptile, right? Is that Edward Meacham? So he nailed him? Not so, I mean, wow. Yeah, dude, I think that he got him. I think he got him right away. That's what it looks like to me. Because this dude's like booking it. He's booking it. Like good form, like running, and then he gets popped. He starts running weird, starts falling after the second shot. And probably, honestly, the way that his chin was on the ground, in that other picture of him, I'm pretty sure dead. I'm assuming that he probably maybe landed that way after they shot him, you know? All right, we got Kobe SC letter. Law enforcement requested we leave the premises consistent with protocol, which we will do immediately. I will be giving a press conference. Yep. Rescheduling within 30 days. All right. Crazy. Honestly, this is the coolest Secret Service reaction I've seen lately. That's pretty neat. It's cool to know, regardless of how you feel about the president, the leader of a country should be protected, and the Secret Service did a damn good job here. Especially that one officer in particular, whoever the hell this is, deserves like an award. This guy or girl, this person, fucking legend. Watching. Guy comes around the corner, immediately drawn. Fired one. Fired twice. That's cool as shit, dude. That's so cool. We had John Wick, Secret Service. I don't even want to talk about the markets anymore. I don't give a shit about the markets. Who gives a shit about the markets? Arrow's up 2.4% out of nowhere. Secret Service are so badass. Yeah, this is the best. Honestly, the first, the one where Trump lost a piece of ear, that Secret Service reaction was mediocre. It was very weird, uncoordinated. Maybe it was because they were outside. This one, they were everywhere. They were everywhere. They were all over this. This shot right here, what is it, National Guard or whatever comes running in. These guys are running all over the place, suited up, kitted up. They got their rifles out. They're yelling, watch your crossfire, telling everybody to get down. And then you know what blows my mind? You get this going on, and then you got the dumbass old guy standing there like he's holding a gun, filming them. You're going to get shot. You are going to get shot by the Secret Service. You're like, what? What's going on? What's going on? And then you get shot. And they're like, oh my God, why did you shoot him? Well, he looked like a dumbass with a gun. Brian said he's alive and unshot. Who? Oh, crazy, crazy, crazy. What a crazy night. Sorry. Some of it's kind of goofy. Just knowing that like the threat was neutralized immediately and you got these dudes like running around. They're like, where's it? There was that one guy got really worked up. He's like, where's it coming from? It's not funny. I'm sorry. It's not funny.
Where's it coming from?
It's right there. Where's it coming from? Oh my God, he got really worked up, didn't he?
Where's it coming from? Where's it coming from? Downstairs, left, downstairs. Wait. Where's it coming from? Where's it coming from?
He gets so worked up. I don't know where to go.
Where's it coming from?
This is like your reaction when you're a kid and that somebody like they do the fire alarm test and you're like in the bathroom and you come out and you're like, I don't know where to go. That's him. He showed up late. He was in the bathroom or something and some shit goes down. He's like, where's it coming from? Gourmet said, I wonder if he has a manifesto like Kaczynski, Ted Kaczynski. Ted Kaczynski went to U of M. Spooky. Spooky. These fuckers are weird. Unfortunately, too, they usually think that they're the good guy. Look at this. We got Warren Buffett. It's not actually Warren Buffett. It might be. That'd be really funny if it was. But this Giga Chad just chilling. He's just eating his food. He's like, I'm not getting on the fucking ground. I don't give a shit. Or he's like, this is staged. Like, I mean, if this is happening to me, man, honestly, what are they going to do? They're going to come in and they're going to find what they're like, who's sitting up? Pop him. You know? I don't know. Maybe I'm just going to sit there and eat my soup too. Oh, man. Billy said gourmet. Wow, what a callback. Oh, dude. What a legend. I like Dana White, like trying to monetize the whole situation. A man charged a security checkpoint with multiple weapons, taken down by some very brave members of Secret Service. One officer was shot, but saved. The vest did the job. Just spoke to the officer. He's doing great. Marco Rubio single-handedly choked out the assailant with his bare hands. Yeah, I will say, they flooded the room. I do like the picture of the White House in the back. It's really funny. Okay. So they immediately blocked the president. They did a good job, dude. They did a damn good job. They really did. Shut the fuck up, Erica Kirk. It's not about you, bitch. Go away. I'm not a fan. I think she's sus. Bob Franklin said he's not done eating yet. Fuck no, dude. I came all the way the hell out here. Yeah, dude, I really think that they had a couple of shots in him before he even got past him. That's crazy. And then Trump freaking fell. Oh my God. Imagine you're freaking out. You're escorting the president and then he goes down. They probably thought something happened. They're like, oh my God, it happened. Freaking out. I can't imagine that, dude. They definitely just like pushed him over. They were tweaking. Poor Trump, man. He's just getting thrown around. Get off the fucking ground, we gotta go! Where's it coming from? Oh. Fuck yeah. Look at this guy. I wonder if that's the guy that shot him. Damn. Is that the same officer from before? This is a chick that didn't know how to holster her gun. Get out! What's up with the knockdown pillars and shit? There's got to be better footage from inside there, man. There's no way this is the only footage that we have. There's no freaking way. The only color part, actually, I think this is the only color part that it films. Because look, he runs through the colored part. And then later, we got this guy goes through. He's colored right there too. Yeah, this is the only colored part of the camera. Allegedly, the shooter is dead. Allegedly. Alive and being interrogated? Is he alive or dead? The pictures of him looks like he's dead as fuck. Why do they keep showing Edgar Kirk's dumbass? Get out of here. We got more footage.
Crossfire! Look out! Watch out! Move, move, move! Everybody stay down, stay down!
What did he throw on the ground?
Where's it coming from? Crossfire! Look out! Watch out! Move, move, move!
Damn. Yeah, see what I mean? Not talking for cover. Dude, dark RFK is so fucking goofy. I love it. Man, what a crazy, crazy ass world we live in. Bro, they're removing the journos from the ballroom. Journos are taking the booze with them. Yeah, I think he's dead. Major new details. Suspect believed to have been a guest at the White House at the Washington Hilton, armed with a shotgun in hand. What an idiot! And multiple knives when he charged a check. What was he gonna go Rambo? Believed to have been a lone actor. Janine Pirou announced 3 federal charges already filed. No shit. They're charging him. 2 counts of using a firearm during a crime of violence. 1 count of assault on a federal officer with a dangerous weapon. Arraigned defendant to be... Is he alive? Checked in as guest, stayed at the building. Then ran downstairs. I think he might be alive, bro. Is he alive? Let's go, let me just Google it. Is Cole Thomas Allen alive? Breaking news, suspect shooter, 31-year-old teacher. I don't think anybody knows if he's alive. Where does anybody have a source? Yeah, I hope he better have had ninja stars, dude. If he came kitted up with a shotgun and a handgun and knives, he better have had ninja stars. He ran in thinking he was the old crew. He ran in like, I didn't bring enough knives. He's playing Call of Duty or something. You know what would be really stupid? If he had like a PlayStation controller in his pocket. Is that too much? Oh man, they would go after video games so hard if that was the case. Holy cow. Yeah, he was a teacher. Apparently he worked for NASA at one point too, allegedly. None of this is confirmed yet, guys. We're just kind of relaying the news that we're seeing on X, and you know, you can only trust that so far. Yeah, apparently he worked for NASA in 2014. He graduated from Caltech. Hang on, we got more. We got more. Oh, what? Nuh-uh. Mario Nafal posted allegedly. He is from Torrance, California. Graduated from Caltech with an engineering degree in 2017. Earned a master's in computer science in 2025. Currently in custody. Authorities have not officially confirmed his name. So it might not even be that guy. This is just all speculation, the guy that we've been looking at. Is that for real? Attempted assassination. $25 contribution to Act Blue. Yeah, I'm not seeing nothing. Nothing yet. I don't know. I find it hard to believe that we can't confirm if he's alive or dead. Is he alive? Shooter at the White House Correspondents' Center has been identified. Not a foreign agent, not a political operative. 31-year-old teacher from California. Is he? Oh, yeah, he's moving. I think he is alive. Holy shit. They got his ass. Did he have ninja stars? Dude, can we bet on that? We need Kobayashi later. Or not Kobe. we need Kalshi. See if we can bet on if he had ninja stars. Was he sticking up for the missing NASA scientist? I'm wondering if he was going in there to get rid of another NASA scientist. Was there any scientists in attendance? Man. Security footage. LinkedIn, mechanical engineer at Caltech. Master's in computer science. Fellowship NASA. Indie game dev. It's all very, very sus. Witnesses said he stopped and flopped on the ground. Philly said, JJ, did you ever notice all these guys that attempted White House or Trump shootings have always 3 names in their name? First, middle, and last? I mean, I feel like majority of people have a middle name. I feel like that's a fair assessment. Teacher of the Month. This guy knew very, very quickly that it was Teacher of the Month. For law enforcement. Another photo. It's just incredibly sus, ain't it? He's like a computer scientist, mechanical engineer. He worked for NASA. Did they break his arm? I feel like they broke the shit out of his arm. Is that a broken arm? It doesn't look like his shoulder's on right. Steam community. He developed a game. I bet you that game's gonna sell like crazy now. Called himself an indie game developer, but the only thing he put out in 7 years. There's also a YouTube channel linked to it. He's a ghost otherwise. Boredom? Name back in December. What? That's weird. That's very weird. I don't know if that's real. You can suffer in prison, malnutrition. Ryan said, house suspect, that they have a middle name. I know. Son of a bitch. He has a name. It's a man. And he's alive. Video from Trump. I still can't believe the footage, dude. The footage cracks me up. He assembled a long gun on site at the premises before shooting Secret Service. I don't understand the long gun, man. It seems so stupid to go in with a long gun. Are these people really that dumb? Clearly it was for attention. Going in with a freaking shotgun like they're going to be like, oh, yeah, please go right ahead, sir. It's fine. Idiot. So goofy, dude. I can't believe Trump fell. That's fucked up. I don't know. Make his game viral. It probably sucks. It looked like it sucked. Does the school in California bring in substitute teacher class? Dude, could you imagine? Could you imagine your teacher? Like, that's your teacher going to the school the next day, you're like, I saw Mr. Allen on the news. We're not going to talk about it. Everybody, we all saw the news. We're not going to talk about it. We're going to focus on school. Fuck off, Miss Substitute Lady. I want to talk about Mr. Allen trying to kill the president. Damn. Would you expect him to come with a snub 38? I mean, apparently he had throwing stars and shit. They said he was armed with a shotgun, a pistol, and multiple knives. What you gonna do with multiple knives? Like he's gonna be like pow pow pow, shoo shoo shoo. He went in there fully kitted out like Call of Duty. I'd assume Teacher of the Month plaque is coming down. They're like, well, we're not gonna take that. He was still Teacher of the Month. Oh man, that's crazy, man. Internet's gonna go crazy if this guy was a scientist. Oh yeah, I mean he worked for NASA. Watch how this is gonna connect back to the missing scientist. The missing scientist is so crazy. Apparently, there's missing scientists in fucking China too. It's pretty spooky. What if like all of this is going down and we end up finding out that it's like Australia or something? Australia's taking everyone's scientists and they're like, we're actually fucking evil, bitch. Blow everybody up. Could you imagine Australia? Like, everyone thinks Australia is just this like place that nobody has to worry about because everybody's down there chilling, having fun and whatever. It's like a whole different planet. And they're actually like the most evil motherfuckers in the world. No one would ever suspect Australia. California Teacher of the Month, typical. I mean, he probably couldn't afford shit. That's why he came in there with a variety of weapons. He can't afford that much ammo, so he brought a bunch of knives with him. California's fucking expensive. Oh, man. Crazy day. I mean, we're going to have a lot to talk about tomorrow, I'm assuming. 167 connections. LA, mechanical engineer, computer scientist by degree. So did he travel with the guns with him? What, was it at the White House? Where was the dinner taking place? Because apparently he was a guest there. This dude was tweaking, dude. He was very upset that he was not present. Where you coming from? Oh, man. Crazy, crazy, crazy. They stripped his ass. Can you imagine getting handcuffed and then they just start ripping your clothes off? You're like, hey, what are you doing, man? White House Correspondents' Dinner. It's a fundraiser, but where? Like, where's the location? Where was this White House Correspondents' Dinner? Was it at the White House? No, it was at the Hilton. Hilton location tonight. Are we not allowed to know? Washington Hilton, yeah. So he just traveled with guns? There's no way he drove all the way there with guns from California. And you're not going to tell me he bought and registered a handgun in Washington the week of a White House Correspondents' Dinner and they didn't notice. Long guns, in most states, you don't have to register. Like shotguns, you can just buy those at Walmart. But handguns, I know for a fact, in most states, you have to register them. I think all. He went in with guns but left shirtless and unarmed. He left clothesless. He left nude. Like, they stripped his ass down. That's a space blanket they got on him. He may or may not have designed that space blanket because he worked for NASA. I mean, you gotta be pretty fucking stupid to go from, like, clearly he was not a good educator, thinking he could go in there, like, fully armed with a shotgun. Fucking right. He's like, I'm gonna shoot a politician. They're like, okay. That's dedication to come from Cali to DC. That's what I mean. Did he drive? He didn't even get that far when he got there, man. They took his ass out when he was like, yeah, like, I didn't even think he would have been, traveling if he had a basketball. He took like 2 steps and they shot his ass. Comes flying around the corner right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shot. He goes to like sidestep or something. I don't know, man. He looks like a goofball. I don't get it. Did they even shoot him? I'm so confused as to how he's alive and like calm on the ground. That's so confusing. Did he like get lost and confused and he's like, okay, I'm done. I give up now. I'm done. It's so weird. What a crazy night. No further information. I don't even know if he got shot. Did they fucking shoot him? Excluding today, different time periods. Make sure 2023, a few of them. Jurisdictions, usual ones. Curious what's out there. Huh. According to law enforcement officials who asked remaining anonymous because they were not authorized to disclose the information. Damn. That's crazy. I'm gonna refresh, see if there's anything new. No blood on ground. He'd be leaking. Yeah, you'd be surprised. It's carpet too. Yeah, there's nothing new, man. It's all the same shit. Identity at the journalist gala. No. Yeah, it's all the same crap. Well, we know that Dana White's a freak. His adrenaline would have blood leaking everywhere. It's carpet, though. And he was covered in a space blanket. They said they shot him. How did they take him down? Maybe they took him down with rubber bullets or something. Maybe they tased his ass. Damn, could you imagine getting tased and hitting the ground chin first? That would fucking hurt. Alright, guys. I guess I'm going to call it an evening. Pretty eventful night. We'll see what we got tomorrow. We've been going for like an hour and a half. We got the completely, like, irrelevant poll. I asked you guys, what comes next for Bitcoin? 47% of you guys said big dump down to 65K or lower. 40% said 80K. 13% said 75K. Nobody said straight to 90. We got a total of 15 votes. Guys, make sure you smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. As always, when the market starts to do anything crazy, or when the news starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. Don't forget to smash the like button on your way out. Happy Saturday, and good night.